What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty. Join my Discord if you want to chat and share your thoughts, the link is in the description. 7th Street Chapter 111 Sekiro vs Roger, I am on the scene. Moses. 5 elders you bastards, damn guy. The Whitebeard pirates and the red hair pirates who were ruthlessly rejected by the 5 elders. Can't help but yell, lamenting what the 5 elders have done. Although the red hair and Marco did not participate in this scolding battle. But at the moment is also gloomy face, feeling even worse. That's why I hate those world government guys so much. The villain who crossed the river and demolished the bridge. Marco frowned, after a few angry reprimands, turning around, he asked. Redhead, what shall we do now? It's here to wait for the world government allied forces to come to our aid. Still, in the end, Marco subconsciously glanced at Lazy Sheep. For Marco's query, the redhead strokes her chin. Did not respond immediately, but after thinking for a long time before Kaido. The best way at present is to wait for the world government coalition forces. Only, talking, the red-haired man paused, and his tone became more serious. You also know the strength of the group of monsters on the Beechburg battlefield. In addition, the world government coalition forces now lack many powerful top players. It is obviously unrealistic to defeat those monsters. Only, confidence in the tone of the world government. And what the world government does on weekdays. Compared to them, they already have a way to deal with those monsters. FFLX. Before the redhead could finish speaking, Marco seemed a little impatient, interrupted directly. If you have anything to say, just say it, it's really boring to go around here. See what Marco said, the redhead didn't hesitate any longer. Said bluntly. Let's continue to wait and see for the time being. After all, we are still in touch with Morgans, a little world government coalition has nothing to do with those monsters. We can only. In the end, the red-haired glanced at the sleeping Lazy Sheep. The eyes are getting colder and colder, for this proposal from the redhead. Although not everyone at the scene agrees, but as long as Marco and the redhead think it's okay. No one else has any comments either, at this time. Morgans' curse suddenly sounded, it really shocked Red Hair, Marco and the others. Hastily turned to wait and see the state of the Lazy Sheep. Seeing that Lazy Sheep didn't wake up because of the sudden curse from Morgans. Everyone present couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Hello, world government, you use this method to deal with those monsters. Isn't it a little too much, to summon the dead with the power of Gecko Moria? Aren't you afraid of being boycotted by those guys? You know, the members of the Roger Pirates haven't died yet. With the voice of Morgans falling, about One Piece Roger. And Rocks, the most ferocious pirate ever, and other famous pirates. Even Marine, etc., the dead figure slowly appeared before the eyes of the world. Looking at those familiar faces, the people of the whole world suddenly fell into a deathly silence. Hey, I know that guy, the big pirate with a bounty of 1.56 billion. Why is Roger the One Piece revived? Are you kidding, didn't those guys die a long time ago? Damn, why isn't that guy dead yet? Advertisement. I clearly remember that I have already killed him. Look, isn't that the Marine Vice Admiral who died last year? What the hell is going on, compared with the disbelief and incomprehension of the world? Redhead and the crew of the Roger Pirates, I can't stand it anymore. Bullet couldn't stand the anger of Roger's corpse being ruined. Pointing at 5 elders' nose and yelling, 5 elders, what did you guys do to Roger? Why did Roger appear on that battlefield? Rayleigh is also gloomy at the moment. His cold eyes stared at the faces of 5 elders. Cold voice. World government, give us a suitable reason. Otherwise I will leave this dirty world government coalition. With Rayleigh and Bullet leading the way, other strong men related to those dead bodies. They also stood up and denounced what the world government did. In contrast to 5 elders, after the incident was revealed, he seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. Responding confidently. You guys, do you think you can do any harm to those monsters? Or, you want to follow in the footsteps of BIGMOM and Whitebeard guys? You know, the world government can't think of any other way. This is how things like this are done, if you have the ability to destroy those monsters. The world government immediately sent the corpses of those guys back to the original place. And publicly apologized to the world, if you can't do it. Then follow the world government's arrangement. Talk off the 5 elders ignored everyone, instead start scheduling other things. See the attitude of the 5 elders, although the people were very dissatisfied. I even want to quit the world government alliance directly. But, what 5 elders said didn't make sense either. Before so many strong men went to attack Beechburg. Now it has come to such an end, not even ancient weapon can stand against those monsters. Just by their group of guys, how is it possible to destroy those monsters? After a short thought in my heart, the people stopped talking. Lock your eyes on the screen with a gloomy face, at the same time. New world, somewhere in the sea. Let go of me, who are you? The Tide Vivi narrowed her eyes slightly, Senlang's eyes are full of doubt and anger. However, facing Vivi's scolding, the black-robed man standing at the bow didn't pay any attention. It may be because the man in black robe ignored him. Vivi also stopped talking, although I don't know why this guy caught me. But absolutely nothing good. A long time, the black-robed man standing at the bow seemed to have sensed something. When Vivi is about to be knocked out, then he knelt down very respectfully. Grown-ups, you are. I am suspended in the air did not respond to Ying's inquiry. Instead, he said in an indifferent voice without a trace of emotion. Take this guy back. Wait for my order. Yes. Looking at the back of I am leaving, Shadow roughly guessed a direction in his heart. I could not help but tremble uncontrollably, muttered. 0. Seeking flowers. Does your lord actually want to personally intervene in that battlefield? As the voice falls, Shadow dare not delay any longer. Advertisement. Although I didn't understand the current situation when I went to catch Vivi. But the king of the world has personally shot. Even a fool should know that the current situation on the battlefield is definitely not optimistic. Think of this, Ying couldn't help but look at the unconscious Vivi. Said to himself. It seems that we still have to create that thing as soon as possible. At the same time, on an unknown island somewhere in the new world. As Roger's figure gradually became clear, Buggy, who was sitting on the sofa drinking milk, spat out with a puff. Point to the Roger that appears on the screen, screamed out. Open, are you kidding me? Why did Captain Roger appear on the battlefield? This. Say half, in a trance, Buggy seemed to think of something. Angrily said, World government you bastards, how dare you spoil Captain Roger's corpse like this? I will never let you go, with the voice falling. The hand standing beside him Jenin couldn't help complaining. What's going on with Captain Buggy again, at the same time? As Roger's figure slowly appeared in the eyes of the world. Somewhere on an island in the new world, Ace looked at the familiar yet unfamiliar figure. I was stunned for a while. Next second, the severe pain mixed with a flood of memories hit his mind. Soon, Ace, who remembered everything, let out a hysterical growl. Damn world government. Why did you dig out that F ***********? Why dig that B ***************** D out, hateful, at this time? Inside the World Government Coalition headquarters. The Red Earl suddenly seemed to have discovered something. With a light snort, his gaze was fixed on Rox. Surprise. Hello, World Government, isn't this joke a little too big? Did you dig that Rox guy out? With the voice falling? Many young powerhouses showed puzzled expressions. And those strong men of old age, but the astonished look toward the 5 elders. That expression seemed to be asking, why was that guy even dug up? Have you forgotten the Valley of the Gods incident? Noticing the strange eyes of the crowd, 5 elders also did not explain. Instead, keep your eyes locked on the screen, on the battlefield of Beechburg. After Doer threw away the 2 attacks filled with terrifying aura. I was planning to go back home, after Tom, Jerry and the others looked at each other. Planning to leave here, but at this moment, with the figure of Roger appearing in front of them. 1, 2, till all the dead bodies surround them. Then the wolf opened his mouth and said, it seems that those guys still don't give up. Doopy nodded, he responded blankly, in that case. Then end the fight as soon as possible, I am a little sleepy. Wen Yan, the 2 quickly opened their mouths and said. You don't make a move, I can deal with these guys. 1000. Chapter 112. Sekiro. Your Excellency is fast, but if I sacrifice the frying pan, how will you respond? You don't make a move, I can deal with these guys. To be honest, the moment he heard that Dupai was about to make a move. The first thing that popped into the wolf's mind. Just get out of this place right now, if Dupai hadn't been stopped earlier. I'm afraid the whole island will be ruined by him. Now seeing that Doopy wants to make a move, how dare a wolf let him do more harm? If this is not stopped, both Go Shangling and Beach Fort will no longer exist. At that time, I will only blame those guys from Bikini Bottom. The pot needs to be carried by a wolf alone. Seems to be so excited to see a wolf. Doopy nodded after thinking for a moment, with a very flat tone, he said. Since I don't need my help, then I'll go to the side to watch the battle. Talking, Dupai's figure disappeared in place like a ghost. When it reappears, already in a house several hundred meters away from the battlefield. Tom and Jerry saw this. I also want to follow Doopy away from the battlefield. But he was ruthlessly stopped by a wolf. If the bait is always shot, it will destroy the world. But neither of you, don't join in the fun with the past. Let's stay and deal with the battle with peace of mind. Although the 2 guys, Tom and Jerry, are 457. That can also achieve the degree of destroying the world. Only, Sekiro doesn't think the hundreds of people in front of him can ******* off Tom and Jerry. After all, he knows Tom and Jerry very well, only when faced with a life and death crisis. The 2 of them will burst out their true potential. Seeing a wolf say so, Tom and Jerry looked at each other. The attitude is very firm, to know, Tom and Jerry are most afraid of ghosts. And those guys, it doesn't look like a living person at all. If it wasn't for the bait and the wolf, the 2 of them probably ran away long ago. How could it be possible to stay here, and, even if they stay here? At this moment, my body is trembling like jelly, beyond doubt. Just touch it a little bit, Tom and Jerry will be like liquid. Forms a puddle of spilled paint on the ground, but the wolf didn't care about that. In any case, it is impossible for these 2 guys to be fatally injured. Not to die from it, it seems that seeing a wolf's attitude is so determined. Tom and Jerry stare, shaking his head frantically. And hid behind the wolf and shivered, you 2 should probably be in moderation. Isn't it just a bunch of manipulated corpses? With the strength of the 2 of you guys? Isn't it easy to deal with these guys? Words fall. Tom and Jerry shook their heads even more, say nothing and don't join the fight. See this situation, the wolf expressed his helplessness. Just when he was about to continue speaking, all I could hear was a loud, slightly crazy laugh. Hee ha 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 ha. It was amazing. It's amazing how powerful this is. I feel like with my current strength, even 10 Kaidos are no match for Laozi. At the same time as the voice sounded, the figure of Gecko Moria also slowly appeared before the eyes of the world. After seeing Gecko Moria appear, Tom and Jerry trembled even more. Advertisement to say that those guys who fought before are still a bit human. And this guy in front of me, it has absolutely nothing to do with humans. And, this image of Gecko Moria, it's almost the same as what Tom Jerry has seen vampires. Plus it's already late at night, so, Tom and Jerry subconsciously mistook Gecko Moria for a vampire. In contrast to a wolf, at this time, he was full of indifference. Is Your Excellency the leader of these dead bodies? If Your Excellency is willing to leave, I might consider letting you go. If Your Excellency, before the wolf finishes speaking. Gecko Moria's crazy laughter sounded again. Who do you think you are? How dare you command Laozi? Kazuki Oden, go and chop that guy's head off first, you idiot. Gecko Moria casually pointed to a figure covered in metal armor. With the voice of Gecko Moria falling, wearing metal armor, Kazuki Oden slowly took out 2 long swords from his waist. Then he walked unsteadily towards the wolf. That look. Like an overdose addict, a tinge of suspicion arose. If a wolf holds out a sword, will Kazuki Oden be directly split into countless pieces? After all, that wobbly look, it's just too intimidating. It is not even an exaggeration to say, with a high probability, except for Tom, Jerry, and some guys who are seriously afraid of ghosts. Fear the whole world, no one is afraid of Kazuki Oden in front of them. There are even many ordinary people who, after seeing Kazuki Oden, can't help complaining. Just such a guy, dare to step into that battlefield? Are those world government guys crazy? Actually rule out such a weak guy to go to the battlefield? Maybe it's a broken jar, it's also possible that those guys have other abilities? With the voice falling, the dangling Kazuki Oden suddenly staggered and fell to the ground. It made Tom and Jerry laugh out loud, and those who feel that Kazuki Oden has great ability. Right now, my cheeks are sore, this is just boasting. The result is a fall. What the hell are the World Government Coalition forces doing? Could it be that they really don't intend to stop those monsters? Or, is the World Government Coalition forces planning to laugh those monsters to death? Hey, don't be too outrageous, okay? They're fighting for us anyway. Is it really okay for us to say that? As the chatter about Kazuki Oden's strength intensifies. Inside the temporary base of the World Government Coalition forces. After seeing Kazuki Oden's performance, make those powerful people who are already dissatisfied with the behavior of world government. They all condemned. World government, is this what you call a plan? Please don't take us for fools, please, if you really have nothing to do. We can try to make peace with those monsters, there's no need to lose all our face. In the face of public condemnation, 5 elders said coldly with ashen complexion. Enough is enough, you idiots, wait till you see how powerful those guys are. I'm sure you'll be ashamed of your current ignorance. See how tough the 5 elders are, all the powerhouses present snorted coldly. Apparently the rhetoric of 5 elders is not optimistic. There are even quite a few powerhouses who are thinking that if they leave the World Government Coalition forces, would it be better? At least so, and keep a good name until you die. Advertisement at the same time, looking at Kazuki Oden slowly getting up. Tom and Jerry's laughter stopped abruptly, hastily hid behind the wolf and shivered. And the wolf sees how weak the enemy is, I can't help but whisper in my heart. Is this to make me laugh? Only, I'm not interested in such shoddy acting. While the voice sounded, the wolf puts his hand on the hilt of his sword. Next second, accompanied by a series of crackling sounds in this silent night, the wolf's body quickly turned into a stream of light. Go straight to Kazuki Oden and charge, almost in the blink of an eye. Sekiro came from Kazuki Oden to Gecko Moria, facing the sudden appearance of a wolf. Gecko Moria pupil constriction, no time to react. A wolf scratched his chest with sword marks so deep that the bones can be seen. In an instant, blood splatters, the painful Gecko Moria wailed on the ground in pain. And those corpses under his control, at this moment, they all set their targets on the wolf. Can you still move? Looks like we'll have to kill this guy outright. Those guys will stop moving, talking. Sekiro locked his eyes on Gecko Moria again. Looking at Gecko Moria who was crying in pain on the ground. The wolf did not hesitate at all, however, just when the wolf stretched out its sharp claws again. When preparing to know Gecko Moria directly, but was interrupted by a sudden figure. Clang. Accompanied by a dull metallic sound, under terrible brute force. A wolf without the slightest defense, it can barely stop after being knocked away tens of meters away. And Gecko Moria also took this opportunity to quickly take out 2 bottles of poison. After hesitating for 2 seconds, Gecko Moria pours 2 bottles of poison straight into her mouth. Upon seeing this, the World Government Alliance and others can't help but say, is that madman desperate? Point 5.7. Listening to the voices of the crowd. 5 elders showed a triumphant smile, next second. With 2 bottles of poison, Gecko Moria's body began to grow rapidly. And the wound on his body where a wolf wounded, at this time, it is also healing rapidly at a speed visible to the naked eye. Looking at the puppet in front of my eyes, Gecko Moria yelled hard piercingly before losing his mind. Roger. Kill that B asterisk 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 D for Laozi, give me. Say hef. Gecko Moria's eyes are gradually replaced by a touch of scarlet. See, the wolf seems to have remembered something. Can't help but frown. Did you take that strange medicine again? In that case, then just please. Before the wolf could say the rest of the sentence. Roger at the behest of Gecko Moria, in an instant, it turned into a stream of light and rushed straight to the wolf's neck. In an instant, stormy, the howling wind sounds like it splits the air. Make a piercing sound, so fast, the wolf couldn't help but sigh inwardly. Then a faint smile formed on the corner of his mouth. Cold voice. Unfortunately, it's still slow. Chapter 113. Creation. Ding Dong Cat Ginseng, unfortunately. It's still slow, the wolf shook his head slightly. Just as the voice fell to the ground, the figure of a wolf spans a distance of tens of meters like lightning. Go straight to Roger and charge. In an instant, the surrounding air surged rapidly like flowing water. Next second, clang. The crisp sound from the clash of gold and iron exploded like thunder on the ground. The ground under the wolf and Roger's feet cracked. And it continues to expand and spread around. The fierce wind blows all around. Bombarded on Roger's metal armor like a blade, make a series of piercing crashes. Click with the crackling sound, the metal armor on Roger's body. It seems that it is difficult to bear the wanton sword energy. Cracked. Next moment, the wolf suddenly exerted its strength. While blasting Roger away, launched a more violent offensive in midair. While Sekiro focused on attacking Roger, Gecko Moria, who was lying in the distance, stood up slowly. Almost at the same time as standing up, Gecko Moria's body. A dirty black viscous liquid is slowly flowing out. And his sanity gradually got out of control under the influence of the poison. Click, 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 in a series of crackling bones. Gecko Moria's body expanded rapidly, it didn't stop until it reached a distance of 8 or 9 meters. And his body at this time, it has also been completely covered by the dirty black viscous liquid. The foul smell emanating from the body, it made 06 feel suffocated. Roar, accompanied by roar. A strong murderous intent flashed across the scarlet eyes. Keep an eye on the wolf, almost at the same time. Seems to be influenced by Gecko Moria, hundreds of dead bodies in metal armor were present. A strange and powerful momentum erupted in an instant. Tom and Jerry saw this. Immediately, his whole body exploded like he was struck by lightning. While eyeballs fly in and out, without the slightest hesitation. With a whoosh, it turned into 2 bolts of lightning and rushed straight to a safe distance. And those dead bodies in metal armor saw this, divided into dozens. Rushed towards Tom and Jerry. See this situation, a wolf dare not hesitate. While sending Roger flying with a frying pan, going straight to Tom like a streamer, Jerry gallops away. It seems that because of Wolf and Tom, Jerry's escape. Gecko Moria flew into a rage. The heart-pounding roar runs through the whole world. Looking at the bikini bot monster being chased in the picture. People all over the world dance with excitement. For a while, about the group of corpses, also left behind by everyone. Come on. Kill all those monsters, kill them all, absolutely not let them live. Kill, 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 tear that group of monsters to shreds. Those monsters shouldn't live in this world. World Government Coalition forces, hurry up and kill all those monsters. As the out-of-control crowd increases, the whole world suddenly fell into a boil. There were even riots in many areas, only, those Kingdom Kings and World Government. Advertisement but don't care about it, just because they are more excited than that group of crazy people now. After all, only those monsters in Beechburg were wiped out. Only then can they continue to enjoy the life of a superior person. At the same time, inside the World Government Coalition garrison. When the 5 elders saw what happened before them. The gloomy face has gradually improved, ready for the second phase of the plan. Let the troops sent by the Confederate States go. Target Beechburg, start indiscriminate bombing immediately. The monsters must not be allowed to survive, following the order after order. The army that is always ready for war immediately marches towards Beechburg. Seeing this, the top powerhouses standing not far from 5 elders. My attitude towards 5 elders has also undergone a subtle change. Although I still don't agree with 5 elders' method of digging up the corpse. But it's not as contradictory as it was at first. At the same time, I have a lot of self-confidence in my heart. As long as those monsters in Bikini Bottom fight with the group of dead bodies. Then it's time for them to go hunting, think of this. Bullet snorted coldly, withdraw the hostile gaze. At the same time, there is a look of anticipation in the eyes. As long as you can kill a Beechburg monster in this war. It is enough to prove that Laozi is absolutely no worse than Roger. Rayleigh stared blankly at the scene in front of him. Mouth open and close, seems to say something, but reason told him. It's really wrong to say these things now, or just don't know what to say. At the same time, on the green grassland above 10,000 meters. After Red Hair, Marco and others learned the news from Morgans. Looked at each other, then he said, Red Hair. It seems that the crisis below is about to be lifted. The Redhead hummed lightly, no response was given. Although I don't know what happened next, but from the mouth of Morgans. All the news is good news, and this also made the Redhead feel a little worried. After all, from the appearance of those monsters to the present. They have never been so successful, conspiracy? Or for some other reason? While the redhead was thinking hard, the voice of Morgans came again from the phone bug. Red hair, since when did you have an extra daughter? Facing the inquiry of Morgans, the redhead was taken aback for a moment. Then he exchanged glances with Beckman and others. Next second, everyone seemed to remember something. They shouted in unison, Uda? Are you kidding me? Skeptical, Redhead and Morgans inquired about the news. After confirming that it is Uda, all members of Red Hair Pirates can't sit still. All of them eagerly set their eyes on Lazy Goat, as if as long as the red hair gives an order, everyone will rush towards the lazy sheep without hesitation. But, the redhead didn't act immediately after hearing the news. Instead, he spoke to the phone bug in an orderly tone. Morgans, I don't care what method you use, Uda must not be allowed to participate in the battlefield. Advertisement, because that guy is dangerous, facing the commanding tone of the redhead. Morgans frowned, seems very dissatisfied with the redhead's attitude. But, seeing the redhead's attitude so serious, Morgans snorted dissatisfiedly. He opened his mouth and responded, I'll pass on what you told me to the world government guys. Only, you also know my, before Morgans had finished speaking. The redhead blurted out, I'm counting on you, little girl. She must not be allowed to join that battlefield. In addition, talking, the redhead's tone gradually became serious and cold. If the world government wants her to join the battle, please help me stop it, also tell the world government. If anything happens to Uda, I will never forgive the world government. In the face of the redhead's chattering words, although Morgans said very seriously, we'll follow the instructions of the red hair to do things. In fact, it is very perfunctory, tell the world government what the redhead told you. 5 elders, after listening to what Morgans relayed, subconsciously frowned. I can't help but think back to 10 years ago. A horrific thing that happened, is it impossible? Shouldn't be wrong, I just don't know how far the guy's fruit has been developed. Let's say let that demon king out. Okay, don't discuss these things for now. If all our plans fail, release that demon king again. 880. The voice of the 5 elders is not too loud. But in this silent conference room, it is extraordinarily loud. But regarding what the 5 elders were discussing, everyone is confused, only Rayleigh seemed to remember something. Then he set his eyes on the girl with twin ponytails not far away. Mouth whispered, is that the daughter the redhead told me about? Singing fruit ability user, a person with a fruit ability capable of destroying the world. All over the world because of Gecko Moria's army of corpses. Excited to hunt down those monsters in Bikini Bottom. And the coming of Uda, making 5 elders and redheads and others when you get a headache. In the realm of mystery, Al after many failures, finally found the appropriate logic of how to create a mechanical cat world. But, Al didn't start creating in the first place. Instead, after observing the battle situation for a while, this is the beginning of the revision of the mechanical cat world. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Qingqing Grassland has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Create a character, cat and mouse world. The lazy king has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and he has obtained mysterious points +1. After a quick glance at the acquisition of mysterious points, Al opened the mystery point store again. Open black lens bracket current mysterious points. 3,567,124. Close black lens bracket. It's not bad, there are already more than 3.5 million mysterious points. When I create Fatty Blue, let's go buy props again. In the end, Al immediately opened the creation page about the mechanical cat world. World material. Mechanical cat world. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Chapter 114. Soul Song King Fat Tiger Ginseng. Uda is in danger? World material. Mechanical cat world. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket C circle calendar 15,462. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The islands of the whole world have merged into one continent. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and entered the era of ultra-technological civilization. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At that time, close black lens bracket, people's thinking has broken through the stage of higher dimensions and developed a variety of AI intelligence with self-awareness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket also developed a machine that can travel through time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, on a certain day, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because there is a little ghost whose family is very poor. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. So he had a bad idea. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. I plan to send the cat-shaped robot developed in the future world to the past. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and put that great-great-great-grandfather who helped him on the right track. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Although the cat-shaped robot is very unhappy when it receives the order. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket, but under the command of the system, he can't go back to the future, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket while the cat-shaped robot is in contact with the imp's great-great-great-grandfather, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The cat-shaped robot did its best to fulfill the wish of the kid's great-great-great-grandfather, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, a whim, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The little devil's great-great-great-grandfather brought a cat-shaped robot and his companions to the super ancient times, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. See circle calendar 410 years. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The few people who just came to this world will soon be attracted by the beautiful scenery here, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But just when they were tired from playing and planned to go back, close black lens bracket. But I found that the time machine was damaged for some reason, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Not only that, they also completely lost contact with the future world, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Forced to be helpless. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Several people found an island suitable for human habitation and lived and worked here, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After many years, the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather seems unable to bear such a life, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. To find the way home. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The little devil's great-great-great-grandfather left the island alone with flying props, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After a long flight, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather accidentally found himself lost, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In desperation, the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather found an island, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and planned to wait for rescue on this island, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But at the same time that the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather landed on that island, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In that forest, Zhang instantly sensed the stranger's aura, close black lens bracket. In order to find out, I had to quickly find the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather, close black lens bracket. After some inquiries, I only comprehend a series of events, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and brought the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather to the deepest part of the forest to meet the king, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather is seeing the queen, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Recognized at a glance that it is the ruler of the future world, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. While recognizing Lord Juggernaut, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather knelt on the ground and begged Lord Master to send him back, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But the king at this stage does not have the ability to go back to the past, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. So let the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather settle down in Goshong Ling, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this time, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather's companion found the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather along the props, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After the cat-shaped robot learns the whole story, close black lens bracket. Choose to live and work in Goshong Ling under the order of that adult. Open black lens bracket. And during this time, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Things about the future have attracted the attention of Qingqing Grassland and the Lunar Space Station, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And after learning about the Lunar Space Station, close black lens bracket. The cat-shaped robot, like Tonks, chose to move its home to Mars. Open black lens bracket. With the help of props, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The cat-shaped robot has made Mars a planet suitable for human habitation, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After settling on Mars, the imp's great-great-great-grandfather wanted to go back to the future, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. So I propose to you to freeze everyone together with myself, close black lens bracket. Use the time machine to go back to the future after the time machine is built. Advertisement. Open black lens bracket. After a discussion between the cat-shaped robot and the rest of the people, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket finally agreed to the proposal of the little devil's great-great-great-grandfather, and frozen himself, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But because of the rapid development of Martian civilization, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Cause Mars often experiences wars, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even once destroyed the civilization of Mars, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The only surviving humans and animals have realized a truth after years of war, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Only peace can guarantee everything, close black lens bracket. For this reason, the only people began to recreate civilization, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After hundreds of years of development, the civilization of Mars has reached the level of the Lunar Space Station, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It's just that the time machine is still too far away for them, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But one night, an accident happened, close black lens bracket. Humans living on Mars accidentally obtained cloning technology, close black lens bracket. After getting the cloning technology, because of the abuse, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket leading the whole world into a huge crisis. Close black lens bracket, during the huge riot, the ice cubes that were freezing the cat-shaped robot were smashed. After learning the whole story, the cat-shaped robot quelled the disaster. Open black lens bracket also rescued the little ghost's great-great-great-grandfather and his companions, close black lens bracket. During this war, the imp's great-great-great-grandfather and his companions got many props. At the same time, my own ability has reached the level of only strong, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after the war is quelled. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket several people fell into it again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket until see circle calendar 1450. A few people will wake up again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and the Martian civilization at this time has experienced many disasters. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket already on the verge of collapse. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket for Back to the Future. Close black lens bracket. The cat-shaped robot and the rest use props again. With hundreds of years of civilization precipitation, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket this time it was very successful. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket in just a few years, the civilization of Mars has returned to its peak. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket until see circle calendar 1519. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket the time device has been successfully developed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and cat robot and imp's great-great-great-grandfather and other partners. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket also successfully returned to the future world. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket since the legend about the mechanical cat world has been passed down to this day. Close black lens bracket. Analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material character fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 5 material roles to use. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that there are still 3 material roles for the host to use. Facing the pop-up window popped up by the system. Al directly chose to ignore it. He just modified the legend of the mechanical cat world. Now he can be said to be very tired. I don't want to continue to create new characters at all. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Qingqing Grassland has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. The character created, a wolf in the Qingqing Prairie, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Create the character, cat and mouse world. Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and get +1 mysterious points. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, cat and mouse world. Doopy, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Create a character, cat and mouse world. Jerry has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and he has obtained mysterious points +1. Create a character, cat and mouse world. The Lazy King has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and he has obtained mysterious points +1. After taking a rough look at the current situation of obtaining mysterious points. Looking at the gradually decreasing mysterious points pop-up window. Al frowned slightly, quickly observed the battlefield from the perspective of Doopy, Tom, Jerry, Wolf, Sheep and others. Advertisement after seeing the picture of Tom, Jerry and a wolf being chased. Al couldn't help being taken aback. It seems that I don't understand why the battle situation has become like this. But Al didn't interfere too much, after all, with the strength of Tom and Sekiro. Dealing with several dead bodies is not a problem at all. As for Lazy Sheep, Al more don't worry, only. Lazy Sheep and sheep don't do anything. What the hell does it mean to just put it to sleep? If it wasn't about Lazy Sheep, the pop-up window for obtaining mysterious points has never stopped. Al definitely didn't hesitate to call him up and reprimand him. After understanding the current battle situation, Al didn't hesitate at all. Get ready to recreate a character now. In order to restore the trend of mysterious points that are constantly decreasing. Certainly, the first choice character is naturally Doraemon's Fat Blue Man. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the material character Doraemon. Close black lens bracket. Material character. Doraemon. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Ding. Modification failed. Doraemon's logic has made a serious error. Please host to modify again, as the system's icy notification sounded. Al frowned slightly. Lee Nuos, it seems that some do not understand. The world view has been completely tossed out. There is simply no reason why something cannot be created. The unbelieving Al tried a few more times, the result is still the same. Regardless of the modification, can't create Doraemon. Unless the words, 4-dimensional pocket, of Doraemon are removed. Doraemon that can remove the 4-dimensional pocket. Can it still be called Doraemon? Damn, is it because the 4-dimensional pocket is too heaven-defying? Al frowned. If you are not angry, you are lying. At this time, a bold idea popped into Al's mind. If other characters in the mechanical cat world are created first, after modification, can Doraemon be tossed out, just like those guys from Tom? 2. When this idea first came to mind, it was rejected by Al without hesitation. Although the idea is good, but Doraemon can't rely on upgraded or something to modify. Forget it. Let's try it first. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the mechanical cat world material character, Fat Tiger. Material character. Fat Tiger, modification in progress, bar. Chapter 115. Soul Singer Fat Tiger vs Diva Uda. 2 demons appear, 5 elders panic. Material character. Fat Tiger, open black lens bracket. Modification in progress, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Fat Tiger was born in a very ordinary family. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And his biggest dream in this life is to become a soul singer. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket only. Close black lens bracket. Fat Tiger who has no musical talent since childhood. Wanting to become a singer is simply whimsical. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket until he meets a cat-shaped robot. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and follow him to the super ancient times. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Everything changed drastically. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. During those years of living in the super ancient times. Close black lens bracket. Fat Tiger explained various things about this era in the cat-shaped robot. Open black lens bracket and learned that there is a kind of fruit that can make people learn to sing. Close black lens bracket. In order to find this fruit, Fat Tiger came to Beechburg with the help of props. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and successfully found the fruit of songs in the ruins of Beechburg. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It's just that the Fat Tiger who just found the song fruit was discovered by the people of Beechburg. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After being discovered, Fat Tiger escaped from Beechburg in a hurry. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. When leaving, Fat Tiger accidentally discovered a secret room outside Bikini Castle. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Entering the secret room, Fat Tiger came to the laboratory left by the scientist. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the laboratory, Fat Tiger learned everything about the fruit of songs by relying on props. Close black lens bracket. And I also learned about the replica of the song Fruit in my hand. Close black lens bracket. Although it is a replica, Fat Tiger does not dislike it. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After taking Gurgur fruit, Fat Tiger found many treasures in the laboratory. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. According to the introduction left by the scientist, close black lens bracket. Fat Tiger drank a bottle of potion that can reconcile the devil fruit curse. Open black lens bracket and took a devil fruit called Sonic fruit. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After taking the 2 devil fruits and the potion, Fat Tiger immediately showed off his singing voice. Close black lens bracket. As a result, there is no way to use it except for making noise and lasers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket until we come to that forest. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Fat Tiger just learned that only those with beautiful singing voices can stimulate the fruit ability of singing fruits. Close black lens bracket. 263. Open black lens bracket. The beaten Fat Tiger immediately felt that he had to work hard to practice his singing voice. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. With the help of cat-shaped robot props and Fat Tiger's diligent practice, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Fat Tiger's voice is finally useless. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The Fat Tiger who became dumb was furious. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Using what I have learned to write a music score. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Then follow Ji-Jang to practice physical skills. Close black lens bracket. As Tianshan and Ji-Jang practice physical skills, Fat Tiger's strength becomes stronger and stronger. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket until the Fat Tiger can beat the strong queen who doesn't use an axe. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Fat Tiger suddenly finds that he can talk again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In addition to being able to speak, his singing voice has also become more and more beautiful. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The Fat Tiger who was crying with joy remembered the score he had written earlier. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But when he finished singing the score, he accidentally summoned a Demon King. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. How can the newly born Demon King be the opponent of Fat Tiger? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Under Fat Tiger's powerful physical skills and fruit abilities, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Magic Ochaku was beaten back to another world by Fat Tiger. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And that score was also sealed by Fat Tiger. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Ever since, the legend of Fat Tiger, the king of soul singers, has become something that Ji-Chang least wants to recall. Close black lens bracket. Analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material character fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 4 material characters to use. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that there are still 3 material roles for the host to use. Directly ignore the prompts of the system. Al is about to let Fat Tiger come back from the future and head to the battlefield of Beechburg, after clicking on the picture frame of Fat Tiger. Al froze in place for a moment. After all, the legend of Doraemon has not yet been created. Where did Fat Tiger get the time machine? Hey, do you have to create the legend of Doraemon? Al took a deep breath, immediately began to try again to modify the legend of Doraemon. To Al's surprise, this modification was very successful. But this made Al very puzzled to know the creation and revision of the legend about Doraemon. It is no different from the mechanical cat world. The only difference is, modified the mechanical cat into Doraemon. Advertisement, no wonder it has been unable to modify. So it's because of the mechanical cat world, already bound with Doraemon, 1. So no other modifications can be made. Al, who wants to know everything, immediately let Doraemon bring Fat Tiger from the future and let them land directly on the Bikini Bot battlefield. After processing these, Al immediately from the system backpack. A world material was randomly selected for modification. Looking at the text that pops up on the system page, Al suddenly became numb. What is this all about? Are you sure you can create this thing? Although the world of Doraemon is indeed difficult to create. But at least there is still the possibility of creation. But the legend of this world before us, Al really can't figure out how to create it. Thinking of that kid in red standing in front of a group of monsters. Then ask those monsters, do you want to watch the picture of moving ears and magical skills? Al called it abstract and outrageous. Forget it, why don't you look at other worlds first? With this idea in mind, Al immediately glanced at the remaining 2 world legends. Then without thinking, directly opened the creation of New World. New World modification in progress, certainly. Al chose the original one, because the remaining 2 worldviews are even more headaches. As Al once again fell into the confusion of creating New World legends. Doraemon and Fat Tiger who received orders from Al. Speed through the time machine, and the arbitrary door came to the middle of the Bikini Bot battlefield. Looking at the battlefield that seems to have been bombarded by nuclear bombs, Doraemon couldn't help shivering. What the hell is going on here? Why did it become like this, in the face of Doraemon's yelling? Fat Tiger snorted calmly, confident tone full of disdain. Look at you timid family, AGDH, isn't it just a battlefield? Could it be that the guy here is as powerful as the strong man in that forest? With Fat Tiger's voice falling to the ground, a white figure suddenly appeared beside the 2. Looking at Doopy in front of him, Doraemon showed a delighted smile. He held Doopy and said, it's been a long time no see, boss bye. I miss you. Doopy, who was suddenly saved by Doraemon, quickly pushed him away. Then I patted the ashes on my body, he said with a blank face. Please wait for me to go back and take a shower first. When I'm done taking a shower, you can hug me again. Regarding Doopy's statement, Doraemon didn't take it seriously. After all, Doopy's character is very clear to him. At this time, Fat Tiger seems to have noticed something. Can't help but frown, Shen Sheng said. You two, stop talking about the old days. Tell me what's going on the battlefield right now. Why'd I detect a very strange breath, facing Fat Tiger's inquiry? Doopy still said with a blank expression, advertisement. Because our present enemy is not human, not human? Seems to be very confused after seeing Fat Tiger and Doraemon. Doopy told the current battlefield in great detail. At the same time, inside the World Government Alliance resident. Looking at the face of the wolf with a headache, that group of corpses who know no pain, no fear of death. Together with all the strong ones including the 5 elders. Clenched their fists, always be ready to go to the battlefield to give those monsters a fatal blow. At this time, Rayleigh seems to have found something. Frowning slightly, he asked, where's the red-haired daughter? With Rayleigh's voice down, everyone present couldn't help being stunned. Then he said, I don't know, what's the use of that small enclosure? Now the group of monsters in Beechburg has fallen into a huge crisis. The most important thing we should think about is how to eliminate those monsters. That's right, maybe that kid was scared, so he ran away. Facing the crowd, you say a word to me, Rayleigh ignored it. Instead, keep your eyes on 5 elders, what the Redhead did 10 years ago. Of course Rayleigh knew, and how powerful is the fruit of singing. Rayleigh can't believe the world government doesn't know about this. Really, as Rayleigh thought, after he told about Uda's disappearance. The expression of 5 elders has obviously changed subtly. Like the smile of a winner. With the answer in mind, Rayleigh immediately left the meeting room. Go straight to the battlefield of Beechburg, little ghost, don't let anything happen to you. Looking at the back of Rayleigh leaving, although 5 elders is very dissatisfied with Rayleigh's unauthorized actions. But they didn't say much as for why Rayleigh left. 5 elders knew it too. After all, they're the ones who let the world government's men secretly tell Uda. The Redhead is in the middle of the field, and has been seriously injured. If you don't go to save him, the Redhead will only have a dead end. After hearing these words, the simple-minded Uda, not even thinking at all, take a step and head straight to the battlefield of Beechburg. I'm afraid that the red hair will disappear from her sight again. At the same time, on the beach at the edge of the Beechburg battlefield, Uda jumped off the boat, run straight to the center of the battlefield. However, because I was too worried about the current situation of the red hair, So that Uda staggered and flew out, straight to hit Doraemon a few meters away. Looking at the blue civet cat that was knocked several meters away by him, Uda rubbed his head with a very pious attitude. He said, "I'm really sorry." Talking, Uda stood up, however. Just as she was about to continue on her way, the corner of the eye accidentally landed on Dupai. Then quickly assumed a fighting stance, cold voice. "Give me Shanks back." Advertisement Chapter 116 Fat Tiger. Garp, Sengoku, Little Hype C. Beat them all down. "Give me Shanks back." Uda pointed at Doopy. The slightly eager tone was full of anger. As if Doopy dared to say no, Uda will rush over and beat him hard. It looks very scary, see, although there is still no expression on Dupai's face. But there was a lot of ripples in my heart, without the slightest hesitation. Dupai patted Doraemon's shoulder lightly, eloquently said, "I was going to find Tom and Jerry, didn't expect to meet here. FFLX. Little ding dong, I will leave this guy to you. I'm going to find Tom and Jerry first, before the voice completely falls." Dupai's figure suddenly disappeared in place like a mirage. When the voice has completely landed, Dupai's figure has long since disappeared from everyone's sight. Looking at the disappearing Doopy, Uda naturally pointed the finger at Fat Tiger and Doraemon. "You two guys are his companions, hand over Shanks. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude to you." In the end, Uda fists intertwined while kneading. Make a series of crackling sounds. See this situation. Doraemon and Fat Tiger look at each other. Fat Tiger, this guy doesn't look so easy to mess with. Why don't we go find trouble with those dead bodies? See Doraemon say such words, Fat Tiger immediately said. Doraemon, I know you have programs that prohibit attacks on humans. So you go and help Tom and the others first, leave it to me here. Fat Tiger clenched his fists, bumped against each other a few times in front of the chest. His eyes gradually became fiercer. I don't like hitting girls very much. If you're willing to leave here, I won't stop you. Following Fat Tiger's voice, Doraemon glanced at the menacing Fat Tiger. Take out a bamboo dragonfly from the dimension pocket and put it on top of your head. While cheering for Fat Tiger, Doraemon flew towards the army of dead bodies without hesitation. When the figure of Doraemon gradually disappears from the field of vision, Uda frowned in dissatisfaction. Don't underestimate my strength. Talking, Uda puts a sleepless mushroom in his mouth. Accompanied by a burst of beautiful singing, Fat Tiger couldn't help frowning. As a song fruit-capable person, Fat Tiger understands all the abilities of Guo very well. You are also the fruit of songs. Before Fat Tiger finished speaking, a burst of intense drowsiness swept over in an instant. When I opened my eyes again, everything around has changed drastically. And Fat Tiger is even more sure that the little girl is the one with the ability of singing fruits. Just when Fat Tiger was about to use the ability of the fruit of singing to escape, the beautiful singing sounded again. The new era is the immediate future. If you can change everything in the world while singing. Substantial pink notes suddenly appeared in midair and blasted the Fat Tiger several meters away at an extremely fast speed. However, without waiting for Fat Tiger to react, Uda changed the tune again, angry, beat up those bastards right now. This is the punishment I offer with love, never sleepy again. Never be sad again. The high-pitched singing voice resounds like a roar. Next second, Fat Tiger, who was flying in the air, was suddenly stopped by a line of music. It's like a spider web that is firmly trapped on the score and can't move. Advertisement. After sticking the Fat Tiger, Uda glanced at Fat Tiger coldly. Come on, tell me where the hell is Shanks. Otherwise, you. Without waiting for Uda to finish the second half of the threatening sentence, Fat Tiger sneered, then he shook his head slightly. He said without any concealment, good singing and beautiful voice. But compared with my uncle, you're still so far behind. In addition, Gurgur fruit is not used like this. With the voice falling, Fat Tiger moistened his throat. Reproduced the original two songs that Uda sang before. With the sound of moving songs, Uda is also firmly trapped on the score by the notes like a Fat Tiger. See, Uda couldn't help showing a horrified and unbelievable expression. It seems a little confused about the current situation. Defeat her in the fantasy world I created? What an absurd thing this is. Before Uda recovered from the shock, Fat Tiger's body shook. The music score trapped behind him seems to be unable to stand the brute force of Fat Tiger. Turned into a sky full of stars in a crisp sound. And then disappeared in midair, looking at the scene in front of me. Uda seemed to have remembered something. Pupils shrank involuntarily. With trembling lips, he said, why are you? Before Uda finished speaking, Fat Tiger shrugged and forcibly interrupted. Why am I also an ability user of the fruit of songs? What's all the fuss about, in addition to being a person with the ability to sing and sing fruit? At the same time, he is also a sonic fruit-capable person. Talking, Fat Tiger moved his lips slightly. The ear-piercing noise tore apart the entire illusion like the ravings of a demon god. Click. With a crisp sound, the entire fantasy world collapsed like a mirror. Fat Tiger, who successfully escaped from the fantasy world, slowly stood up. Looking at the incredible Uda written on the face in front of me. With a very flat tone, he said, trying to trap me with a fantasy world. That's impossible. Talking, Fat Tiger took out a strange horn from his pocket. And explained. This is a loudspeaker, props that can amplify sound hundreds of times. Talking. Fat Tiger wiped the loudspeaker. I moistened my throat again. A smile formed on the corner of his mouth. Let me show you the illusion created by Gurgur fruit. How to use it. Just a second after the voice landed. Fat Tiger took a deep breath, tired of being alone. I hope I can also be tied down. Shout out your pure and innocent thoughts. Listen up, baby. With the beautiful singing voice through the loudspeaker. Heart while covering a radius of thousands of miles. People in this atmosphere area fell into a coma instantly. World Government Alliance resident, the moment the beautiful song hits the ear. 5 elders suddenly sensed a strong crisis, however. Without waiting for any reaction from them, the body limped down as if uncontrollably. Everything in sight, it's also getting blurry, when they opened their eyes again. The surrounding world has undergone earth-shaking changes. What the hell is the red-haired jerk daughter doing? Shepherd X Peter Saint livid, his eyes are filled with endless killing intent. Advertisement. The faces of the other 4 or 5 elders are also very ugly at this time. 0. Seeking flowers. To know those monsters on the battlefield of Bikini Bottom. It will be obliterated by the army of dead bodies soon. But now because of the ability of Gurgur, as a result, these strong men are all trapped here. And wanting to escape from the illusion, there are only 2 ways. Defeat the song fruit ability users in the real world. Or the song fruit ability user took the initiative to release them. Compared to the heavy calm of 5 elders, ordinary people who are involved. Everyone is full of horror at this moment. Where's this place? Why am I here? Look, isn't it the World Government Alliance? Why are they here too? Rayleigh, are you alright? World Government, what is the situation? As panic grows. Tens of thousands of people suddenly fell into panic. At this time, Uda, who was squeezed in the crowd, suddenly seemed to have discovered something. Hastily ran towards the red hair in the distance. Shanks. Uda swooped into the redhead's arms. Tears fell uncontrollably. Shanks, I thought I'd never see you again, looking at Uda crying in his arms. The redhead smiled like an old father. The tone became very soft. You still love to cry like before, at this time. 5 elders in a group of top powerhouses. He came to the side of the red hair with an angry look on his face. Pointing at Uda, he snapped angrily. Get us out of here. Now is a good time to wipe out all the monsters on the Beechburg battlefield. If because of you, thick those monsters, before the 5 elders had finished speaking. Uda shook his head, forcibly interrupted. I didn't bring you to the fantasy world. Rather, in the middle of Uda's speech, the entire fantasy world suddenly shook violently. Next moment, a giant stage hundreds of meters long, wide and high slowly emerges from the ground. Almost at the same time, the eyes of the crowd, unanimously locked on the figure in the center of the stage. Looking at the fat tiger in the middle of the stage. Uda immediately stretched out his white arm and pointed at Fat Tiger. With a very serious attitude, he said, he's the one who caused all this. As Uda's voice falls, the powerhouses around Uda couldn't help frowning. Seems to be aware of the strange eyes of everyone. Fat Tiger coughed lightly, clenched the microphone in his hand and said in a deep voice. Welcome all fans to my concert site. Next, it will be by my soul singer Fat Tiger. Bringing my famous works to all fans, cough cough. Just when Fat Tiger coughed twice, when ready to sing. The people standing in the auditorium were suddenly unhappy. Clamoring to let them out, and Sengoku, Garp, Zephyr, and Kong looked at each other. Next moment, without any verbal communication, the 4 of them seemed to have a tacit understanding. It turned into 4 white lightning bolts and rushed straight to the center of the stage. Looking at the 4 people charging forward, Fat Tiger snorted slightly dissatisfied. Angrily said, you bastards also want to interrupt my concert? You really underestimated my strength, talking. Fat Tiger opened his mouth wide, a laser beam filled with destructive aura seemed to penetrate the sky. Burst out. Zephyr. Dangerous. Chapter 117 Demon King vs. Demon King. 5 elders are forced to take action. You bastards also want to interrupt my concert? Maybe I don't care too much about my uncle. Fat Tiger snorted slightly angrily. He stared straight at the 4 people who were rushing towards them. Next second, just when the 4 of Kong were less than 20 meters away from Fat Tiger. The corner of Fat Tiger's mouth outlines an arc, sneered. Since you insist on this, then it's no wonder my uncle. It just so happens that I have a trick I've always wanted to try. Words fall, Fat Tiger suddenly took a deep breath. At the same time, there was a silent roar in my heart. Tianyan shockwave, almost at the same time as the heartbeat sounded. Fat Tiger's mouth quickly condensed into a ball, chilling terrifying energy light group. Looking at the scene in front of me, Kong and the others felt a great sense of crisis in an instant. Zephyr, watch out. When Sengoku saw that Fat Tiger's primary target was Zephyr. Shouting eagerly. Seeing this, Garp hastily transformed into a half-orc. Trying to use Devil Fruit's ability to increase speed. Thus saving Zephyr from the brink of danger, however. Even if Garp's speed is fast enough, but in front of that laser wave full of destructive aura. Like the hare and the tortoise, 670, is not an order of magnitude at all. Looking at the terrifying laser waves approaching. Zephyr couldn't help shrinking his pupils. There was a silent roar in my heart. Damn monster. Next moment, Zephyr seems to have made some kind of decision. His eyes gradually become firm and serious, without the slightest hesitation. Zephyr immediately clenched his fists, immediately afterwards, accompanied by the explosion of strength under the feet. The burly body like an iron tower breaks through the air. Facing the laser wave full of destruction, charge away. See Zephyr try to face that laser beam with his fist. Kong couldn't help but feel a nameless anger, snapped angrily. Zephyr, you idiot. Get out of the way, facing Kong's scolding. Zephyr just ignores it, in his eyes at this time. Only Fat Tiger on stage, in an instant, stormy. The air around Zephyr is like flowing water at this time. In the collision of the terrifying fist wind and the laser wave. Washing Zephyr's body with wanton, in the blink of an eye. Clothes on Zephyr, it was torn into countless pieces in this terrifying strong wind. Looking at the increasing scars on Zephyr's body, Garp and Sengoku's eyes turned red immediately, without any verbal communication. After the two looked at each other, clenched fists, breaking through the air like two terrible beasts, go straight to the laser wave full of destruction. With Garp and Sengoku's support arriving, the scars on Zephyr's body are also gradually decreasing. In contrast to Garp and Sengoku, at this moment, he is struggling to support like a bloodman. Their fists made a piercing sizzling sound as if they were scorching. See this scene, the top powerhouses present couldn't sit still. Even Green Pepper, who has a deep hatred with Garp. At this moment, my eyes are bloodshot, let out a heart-pounding roar. Grab an iron fist the size of a sandbag and charge away. Garp can only be killed by Laozi, advertisement. Looking at the figure of Qingjiao rushing away brazenly. San Figaland didn't hesitate at all, while turning into a streamer and rushing away. Quickly draw the saber from your waist, it seems to be planning to sneak attack from behind Fat Tiger. The other members of the Knights of God saw this. And without the slightest hesitation, directly used the fruit ability to open the half-orc form. While roaring loudly, charged towards the Fat Tiger from all directions. See this scene, the ordinary people in the auditorium couldn't help but clench their fists. Let out bursts of roars of anticipation. Come on, World Government Alliance. Defeat that monster completely. Defeat that monster, and we can go back. Come on, World Government Alliance, in the boiling sea of people. Uta standing in front of the red hair frowned, as the song fruit ability. Except Fat Tiger, who is also a user of the singing fruit ability. No one knows the ability of the fruit of songs better than her. If you want to defeat those who have the ability to sing and sing fruit in the fantasy world, that's just as hard as hell, it is not even an exaggeration to say. Singing fruit ability user, in the illusion, it is equivalent to an invincible existence. And the Redhead and the Five Elders, and some experts who have done detailed research on Gurgur fruit. At this moment, I can't help feeling cold for Garp and others. Rayleigh even came to Shoki's side, he said in an orderly tone. Now hurry up and find a safe place to hide. This battlefield must be very dangerous. If you stay here, it's hard for me to keep you safe. Just when Shaki was about to say something, St. Figaland has rushed to a position less than 10 meters away from the Fat Tiger. Fat Tiger also sensed the terrifying killing intent emerging from all around. Without a moment's hesitation, Fat Tiger immediately stopped his current attack. At the critical moment, he escaped the attack of St. Figaland. At the same time pouring from the mouth a materialized note. San Figaland, who was too late to defend in the future, was blown away tens of meters away. While Fat Tiger was dealing with San Figaland, due to the loss of Fat Tiger's continuous output. Garp, Sengoku, and Zephyr easily shattered the laser beam. And erupted with a terrifying power far beyond the usual. Like three apex predators tearing apart their cages. Go straight to the Fat Tiger to kill. The remaining members of the Knights of the Gods blocked all of Fat Tiger's escape routes. Don't give Fat Tiger the slightest means of escape. Looking at the helpless Fat Tiger, St. Figaland, who was blown away, had a triumphant smile on his face. Kill him for me, accompanied by the voice of St. Figaland. Garp directly opened the full beast form, and Sengoku is a giant golden Buddha transformed into a giant. And condensed a chilling shockwave in the palm of your hand. Get down on the ground, Zephyr roared, the already strong arms instantly bulge. The thick and fine veins are climbing up like a python. With the voice falling, Zephyr strikes first, in an instant. The surrounding air surged rapidly, forming a mighty fist wind, it went straight to the Fat Tiger and rushed to kill it. In the face of Zephyr's terrifying punch, Fat Tiger frowned slightly. It seems that this circle has not been taken seriously. Instead, he spoke very calmly, although your excellency is strong. Compared to the strong man in that forest, talking tone while clenching his fists, he suddenly took a step forward. Roared. An attack of this magnitude, still a long way to go. While the voice sounded, advertisement several giant musical notes gushed out from Fat Tiger's mouth. Looking at the scene in front of me, Garp and Sengoku couldn't help shrinking their pupils. A strong sense of crisis is coming like a tide, without the slightest hesitation. Garp and Sengoku make a decisive move, 9 hideous heads. Spew out 9 terrifying pillars of fire filled with scorching breath. The target is directed at the giant note gushing out of Fat Tiger's mouth. And Sengoku wields a shockwave full of destruction. Go straight to the Fat Tiger's body and charge away. The other members of the Knights of God saw this. I dare not hold back even half a point. One after another sacrificed their strongest moves to meet the Fat Tiger. Even Kong, I no longer watched the battle now, but clenched fists. It turned into a ray of light and went straight to Fat Tiger's head and smashed it away. Boom, accompanied by a shocking explosion sound, it exploded in midair. Everyone present subconsciously held their breath, staring fixedly at the edge of the stage due to the thick fog caused by the explosion. Next second, in the tens of thousands of terrified eyes, Zephyr, covered in blood, flew out of the fog like a kite with a broken string, without waiting for the slightest reaction from the crowd. At the same time, the figure of the Fat Tiger flew upside down in the opposite direction of Zephyr. See this scene, ordinary people standing in the auditorium. In an instant, bursts of excited cheers erupted. Is that guy finally defeated? Can we finally get out of this damn place? The world government coalition is indeed the strongest? Great, we can finally leave. Just when everyone fell into joy and couldn't extricate themselves, Uda, standing beside the red hair, suddenly shouted, "Quick, run away!" Without waiting for Uda to finish the second half of the sentence, the Fat Tiger in midair disappeared from everyone's sight like a mirage. When it reappears, already in front of the 5 elders. Looking at the strange scene in front of me, ordinary people in the spectator seats. The smile on his face stopped abruptly. Instead, the face is full of fear and disbelief. However, without waiting for any screams of terror from the crowd, seeing Fat Tiger pat 5 elders on the shoulder with a smile on his face, sneered and asked, "I heard that you are the strongest 0.5 existence in this group of people?" Facing Fat Tiger's inquiry, 5 elders did not respond to Fat Tiger's question with a gloomy face. Instead, he clenched his fists, the breath on the body soars faster. It seems that the Fat Tiger will be besieged by fire in the next second. However, looking at the eyes of 5 elders full of killing intent, Fat Tiger smiled unabashedly and said, "If I defeat you, will those guys listen to my singing honestly?" Seems to sense that the 5 elders are about to make a move. After Fat Tiger finished his last sentence, disappeared in place like a mirage again. When the figure emerges, the Fat Tiger has appeared above the height of 100 meters. After roughly glancing at the battlefield, Fat Tiger coughed twice. In a seemingly joking tone, he joked, "It seems that there are quite a lot of little blacks. In that case, then I have no choice but to summon that guy. Because of that, only in this way can the concert go on faster." With the voice falling, Fat Tiger sang a beautiful song again. When Uda heard the tune of this song, suddenly his face changed. Exclaimed, "Quick, run, that guy is about to release the Demon King." Chapter 118. War Escalation, 5 Elders vs Demon King, Doraemon vs Kazuki Oden. Quick, run, that guy is about to release the Demon King. While terrified cries sounded, the space of the fantasy world is like a broken mirror, taking the top of the Fat Tiger's head as the center. Quickly spread around. Click, 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 the piercing crackling sounds like the ravings of Shinigami, affecting the tense nerves of everyone present, with screams of terror. The crack on the top of Fat Tiger's head shattered. Immediately afterwards, a giant black shadow holding an accordion suddenly appeared in everyone's sight. Looking at the devil floating in the air, the Redhead frowned even deeper. Damn, this guy's breath is better than 10 years ago. It seems to be getting stronger, Wen Yan, Yasop and Beckman echoed. Indeed, not only the breath has become stronger, even the figure has expanded dozens of times. It looks like a tough battle. No, boss, this is in the fantasy world. If no one is attacking that guy at the same time as us in the real world, even if we defeat the Demon King, we won't be able to get out. Words fall. Uda, standing next to him, suddenly seemed to think of something. Take a deep breath, eyes gradually become firmer. Shanks, maybe there is another way to escape from here. Talking, Uda will be the former Fat Tiger in 06, after talking about her escape from the illusion created by her. Continued. If the illusions we both created were different, maybe I can also summon a Demon King in his illusion. Z% 1% at 2 Demon Kings appear at the same time. Maybe it can make this illusion. Before Uda finished speaking, the Redhead shook his head and refused without hesitation. After all, summoning the Demon King is a very dangerous thing, and it is very likely to be backlashed by the devil. Once being backlashed by the devil, Uda will cease to exist. Seeing the Redhead's attitude is so tough, Uda took a deep breath. With a relieved smile, "Thank you, Shanks." Words fall. Uda's figure is scattered like a mirage. When it reappeared, it was already looking at Fat Tiger in midair. Looking at Uda not far away, Fat Tiger raised his eyebrows. "What's the matter, little girl? Could it be that you also?" Before Fat Tiger finished speaking, Uda took the forbidden sheet music out of his pocket and sang the lyrics of Summoning the Devil according to the notes on the music score. Looking at the sheet music in Uda's hand, Fat Tiger's mouth twitched. It seems a bit puzzled why Uda has his own score. But before Fat Tiger figured it out, the space above Uda is also gradually cracking, and descend a Demon King similar to the one summoned by Fat Tiger. When the 2 Demon Kings appeared, advertisement Fat Tiger suddenly thought of something. Pupil constriction, quickly release the illusion world. As the fantasy world gradually collapses, the souls of everyone present also return to the real world one after another. However, after dispelling the illusion world, those 2 Demon Kings have not disappeared from the real world, instead hovering over the battlefield of Beechburg, against each other. After waking up, Uda stared at the fat tiger not far away with a puzzled face. Seems to be asking why? See Uda full of doubts, fat tiger glanced at Uda with a foolish expression. Slightly dissatisfied and angrily said, "Idiot, it's a shame that you are still a song fruit capable person. Don't you know what will happen when two demon kings appear?" Facing fat tiger's questioning, Uda shook his head. He responded quite frankly. How could I know? No one in this world has ever summoned two demon kings. For the interpretation of Uda, fat tiger was speechless for a moment. Then he opened his mouth and explained. Who told you that the demon king can only summon one? When Gergerguo can awaken, it is possible to summon two demon kings. When I first awakened the ability of the song fruit, I have summoned two demon kings. Talking, fat tiger seems to have remembered something unfriendly. He continued with a gloomy face. However, when the two demon kings appeared, it will cause the illusion world to collapse. If the illusion world is not released in time, then the entire fantasy world will collapse because of the two demon kings. Just when fat tiger was about to continue talking, the two demon kings hovering in midair seemed to be summoned by some kind. Start floating towards each other. See this situation. Fat tiger spread his hands. Well, the worst has happened. If two demon kings appear at the same time, it will lead to the fusion of the two demon kings. Thus a more terrifying demon king was born, in the end. Fat tiger subconsciously patted the dust off his body. Then it turned into a torrent and charged straight into the air. It seems to be to prevent the fusion of the two demon kings. Once the two demon kings are fused together, the newly born demon king will be out of his control. At that time, you can only defeat the demon king with violence. But fat tiger is too lazy to fight the demon king. Then fighting, he prefers to sing, at this moment. Doraemon's voice suddenly sounded from a distance. Fat tiger, why did you let this guy out again? Facing Doraemon's questioning, fat tiger scratched the back of his head in embarrassment. With an embarrassed smile, forget about the details. Let's still think about how to deal with this guy. Doraemon glanced at fat tiger with dissatisfaction. Afterwards, he began to reason with fat tiger. It seems that he is not worried about the fusion of the devil king at all. Advertisement, if I hadn't worn earplugs since I left. Balaba. In the face of Doraemon's chatter, fat tiger didn't pay any attention. Hugged Doraemon's big round head, dragging him towards the direction of Tom and the others. Since you don't want to talk to that guy, then I'll solve Tom's troubles first. At the same time, inside the World Government Allied Army garrison. Looking at the two demon kings hovering in the air, 5 elders couldn't help but frown. It looks like our troubles haven't been resolved yet. And look at it this way, the two demon kings seem to be merging together. Words fall, seems to validate 5 elders' claims. 1 second, ferocity, violence, and a terrifying aura rose into the sky like a top predator breaking through a cage. The terrifying coercion rippled like ripples while covering the entire bikini bottom. Go straight to the World Government Alliance resident. Click, click, click. The surrounding space seems to be unable to accommodate the birth of this new demon king. Make a series of earth-shattering cracking sounds. Looking at the bottomless void, 5 elders' heart stopped beating as if it had stopped beating. The top powerhouses standing beside him, it was like being pinched by a pair of invisible big hands around the neck. The sense of suffocation in 950 crisis rushing straight to the sky. So strong. San Figaland gasped, then keep your eyes on the 5 elders. That expression seemed to be asking, what should I do next? In the previous battle with Fat Tiger, San Figaland and Zephyr suffered different injuries one after another. Obviously it is impossible to continue to join the battle. As for other powerful Law, no one is stupid enough to be willing to face that monster. 5 elders looked at each other, eyes gradually become firmer. Let's go, it just so happens that my physical strength has recovered. We must not let that devil interrupt our plan, in the end. The eyes of 5 elders fell on the picture of the curtain at the same time. Seeing the army of dead bodies that stopped moving due to the influence of the Demon King. 5 elders did not hesitate, they turned into streaks of streamers one after another and went straight to the midair Demon King to charge and kill them. The Red Earl and Bullet looked at each other, without any words. Follow the footsteps of the 5 elders and go straight to the devil. Bullet is to prove yourself, and the Red Earl is simply interested in the Demon King. Certainly, I am interested in the blood of the Devil King. At the same time, Doraemon and Fat Tiger rushed to the army of dead bodies one after another. Looking at the sudden appearance of a person and a cat. Gecko Moria in a runaway state, slowly withdrawing his eyes from the Demon King. And firmly locked on Doraemon and Fat Tiger, F.E. The moment the deep and hoarse voice came out of Gecko Moria's mouth. Dozens of dead bodies instantly raised their weapons. Go straight to Doraemon and Fat Tiger. Chapter 119 IM joins the battlefield and creates a new legend. Facing the siege of more than a dozen dead bodies. Fat Tiger is not in a hurry, take a sudden step forward while clasping your hands together. In an instant, the storm is surging, the surrounding air is like flowing water. Follow the Fat Tiger's fist and condense into a fierce tiger several meters high. Sand, 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 it seems that under the influence of this punch. The surrounding ground seems to come to life, roll up the gusts of sand. Under the influence of moving air, those suspended sands continue to condense in midair. Roar accompanied by an earth-shattering roar of tigers. A fierce tiger made of condensed sand opened its mouth wide. Step on the void and go straight to the dead body. Click with a series of bone-cracking sounds and metal being torn piercing sounds. The fierce tiger made of condensed sand opened its mouth wide. Bite wantonly among the corpses, each mouthful goes down. Most of the metal armor on those dead bodies was dented. And those corpses whose armor was smashed by a wolf. It was the bones of his whole body that were blasted by this terrifying blow. There are even many weaker ones, it was directly bitten into pieces. Looking at the scene in front of me, Gecko Moria, as if irritated, let out a frightening roar. Next second, the army of corpses who were fighting with a wolf suddenly stopped their movements, turned into streamers and went straight to the area where Fat Tiger was located. See this situation, a wolf dare not delay even the slightest. Hastily leave the stronger members of the corpse army behind. Like Roger and Rock's duo, and Kazuki Odin, the dead bodies belonging to the second echelon. It is to rush to the area where the Fat Tiger is. And under the control of Gecko Moria, form a circular encirclement of hundreds of corpse legions. Looking at the dense army of dead bodies in front of me, Doraemon blinked. Immediately his face changed drastically, pointing to a dead body resembling a mouse in the group of corpses with a frightened face. Then he screamed. The YB, mouse, in terrified screams. Doraemon dodged and hid behind Fat Tiger, trembling. See, Fat Tiger rubbed his forehead helplessly, then make a boxing pose. The tone gradually became serious. It's okay, Doraemon. Uncle Ben is here, a mere little mouse is no problem at all. Looking at the shivering Doraemon hiding behind Fat Tiger, Gecko Moria seems to have sensed something. The viscous black liquid enveloping the body continuously permeated the ground and condensed into a branch of rats exuding a foul smell. Go straight to where Doraemon is and rush backwards. Looking at the dense army of rats in front of us, Doraemon jumped up in fright. His hands are even more digging around in the pockets of the dimension. It's all about what you get, bamboo dragonfly, any door, position changing gun, etc. However, it may be because of impatience. As a result, Doraemon didn't know what he was going to take. The props taken out by the anti-fact will press once or twice without hesitation. Then throw it away, after taking out the zoom in and out lights. Only then did Doraemon regain a little composure. However, to his surprise, advertisement because of too much haste. As a result, Doraemon reversed the two buttons for zooming out and zooming in. This also resulted in those little mice exposed to the light. Growing suddenly, it doesn't stop until it grows to tens of meters high. See, Doraemon is more eager. He hung the bamboo dragonfly on his head and hurriedly flew away from this area. Only Fat Tiger is left to face this group of supergiant rats. At the same time, I'm fast approaching the Demon King 5 Elders. After seeing the giant rat with a height of hundreds of meters and tens of meters, my heart can't help but thump. Surprise was written all over his face. It seems a little confused about the current situation. What's going on with those monsters? Looks like that guy Gecko Moria did it. You sure? Can Shadow Fruit summon such a huge monster? Hey, 5 Elders, what are you talking about? That giant monster was made by that Gecko Moria guy. How is this possible? While everyone was still discussing, the devil hovering in midair, body is growing, and the surrounding space is constantly breaking. See this situation, 5 Elders snorted coldly with ashen complexion. Eagerly said, now is not the time to talk about this. If you don't get rid of that monster quickly, the whole world will be destroyed because of him. Hear the words Bullet and the Red Earl looked at each other. Don't dare to delay for half a minute, because they can clearly feel the unprecedented sense of oppression and crisis from the Demon King. And this feeling is also at the same time that the Demon King continues to grow. Become stronger, one can't help but have a feeling. Once the Demon King is completely fused together, even those monsters in Bikini Bottom won't be easy to defeat. It is not even an exaggeration to say, even those monsters in Bikini Bottom, or the World Government Coalition forces take action at the same time. It is impossible to be the opponent of those monsters. While the 5 Elders, Bullet, and the Red Earl were frantically on their way, the Fat Tiger once again condenses into a fierce tiger. After blasting back the dead bodies and giant rats that charge, Fat Tiger hurriedly caught up with Doraemon, try to calm it down. Because of the zoom in and zoom out lights that were thrown away by Doraemon earlier, has been swallowed into the body by a giant mouse at this moment. If it is not because of the limitation of the zoom in and zoom out lights, I'm afraid the mouse will, under the effect of zooming in and out, transform into a giant monster the size of an island. To this end, Fat Tiger must let Doraemon calm down first. To take out another zoom light, to bring those monsters back to their original size. Or shrink them down. Fight like this, it will become more convenient and concise. With the steps of a giant mouse, the entire island began to tremble violently. Looking at the scene on the screen, people all over the world can't help but fall into despair. First the devil, and now hundreds of monsters again. Is this world really going to perish? What the hell are the World Government Coalition forces doing? Aren't they going to wipe out the monsters in Bikini Bottom? Why do more monsters that are difficult to solve appear instead? With the whole world talking, Im's figure slowly appeared in the sky over the World Government Coalition camp. Looking at the monsters appearing on Bikini Castle in the distance, I am under the mask couldn't help frowning. Advertisement. Sen Lang's tone is filled with infinite anger. Where are the 5 elders? Who can tell me what happened? With I am down, the strong men in the World Government Coalition garrison appeared one after another. Facing Im's questioning, those strong pirates ignored them. In contrast, Kong and Sengoku et al. Bowed very respectfully. And opened his mouth to explain. The king of the world, the 5 elders have now gone to face the devil. As for the group of huge monsters, we haven't found the source of the matter yet. However, judging from the situation at the scene, we can preliminarily judge that it is a summoned object from Gecko Moria. I am under the mask frowned even deeper. Afterwards, Kong introduced the 5 elders' plan. As well as the current situation of the Beechburg battlefield, I told I am in great detail. And ask I am what to do next, with respect to Kong. The rest of the strong pirates are suspicious, to know. World government has never revealed the existence of I am to the world. In addition to these people who are still in the World Government Coalition forces. It's not those who stand at the top of the world. Only Doflamingo, after meeting I am, the soul seemed to tremble a bit. It seems that he is very afraid of seeing this one in front of him. After listening to Kong's narration, I am under the mask narrowed his eyes slightly. Immediately afterwards, a terrifying aura that made everyone present tremble spread out from Im's body. Kong couldn't help taking a breath, though he never saw I am with his own eyes. But he still heard from the 5 elders about I am. See you now, the king of the world really lives up to his reputation. It's just the aura exuded subconsciously, far beyond 5 elders and himself. Even with those monsters at Beachy Bottom, pretty much the same. I'll join the battlefield, I'll take care of the rest. After I am said these 2 sentences in an orderly tone. Then he turned and left the air above the World Government Coalition camp. She came here this time, the main reason is to personally control the direction of the war. But now, well, the 5 elders have joined the battle. The rest of the guys are crooked, she is too lazy to say a word to these trash. After leaving the air above the World Government Coalition camp, I am came to the inside of the World Government Coalition camp. And ordered without her orders, no one can come in. After taking care of these things, I am locked his eyes on the monsters that appeared in the screen again. Although it is not known exactly how Gecko Moria made those monsters gigantic. But I am knew in his heart, only rely on Gecko Moria's useless shadow fruit. It's impossible to do it even with poison, after observing the battlefield for a while. Immediately contacted Ying, and asked how things are going. After getting Ying's confident reply, immediately said. Get things over with, activate the ancient weapon now. If the ancient weapon is still unable to cause any damage to the group of monsters, then use that. Words fall, I am once again fixed his icy eyes on the screen. At the same time, in the realm of mystery, regarding the framework and ideas of New World. Al already has an idea at this time, Al had an idea and didn't delay. Immediately opened the creation page of the New World legend. Modification in progress. Chapter 120. The Invincible God of War Niu Yi, and Hututu, the Crooked Dragon King. In the realm of mystery, after clearing up the framework of New World legends. After having fitted the logic, Al started the first modification. Open black lens bracket world materials. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Ding. Modification failed. The logic of the New World legend has a serious error. Please host to modify again, accompanied by the cold sound of the system. Al raised his eyebrows. It seems that some do not understand why it fails. Al, who failed to modify, did not give up the original idea. Instead, change your mind. While thinking, Al subconsciously opened up the acquisition of mysterious points. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Qingqing Grassland has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. The mysterious legend of Doraemon has been recognized by the people of this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Create a character, Qingqing Grassland, Lazy King has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and get mysterious points +1. Creating the character, Doraemon, Fat Tiger, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Mechanical Cat, Doraemon, has been recognized by the world crowd, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Glanced roughly, looking at the prompt of the mysterious points crediting the phantom. Al then opened the mystery points store. Open black lens bracket current mysterious points, 6,874,531. Close black lens bracket. More than 6.8 million mysterious points, glancing at the current balance. Al glanced at the props and prices on the shelf again. After thinking for a moment, Al ended up not spending any more. Because he still has 4 material characters left. And the 3 material world has not yet been used. When will these world legends and character legends be created? It's not too late to buy 437 props. Exit the system store. Al opened the creation page again without hesitation. Open black lens bracket material world. Tipping garden. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket dumping garden. A community inhabited by many people. Close black lens bracket. Directly ignore the introduction of the world template. Al started modifying immediately. Open black lens bracket on the continent 3000 years ago. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket located in the middle of the mainland. There's a slightly dilapidated community. Tump garden. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The people in this community seem to be very ordinary. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, what everyone doesn't know is that, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Residents in this community. Close black lens bracket. Everyone is a top powerhouse who has been anonymous for some reason. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the top community for the leisure and retirement of the strongest people in the whole continent. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even only strong in the time of wandering. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. I used to be a resident of this community. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even most of Zhang's abilities were learned in this community. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But after the outbreak of the Goshong Ridge War. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. This community has disappeared. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Leave only broken legends in this world. Close black lens bracket. Analyzing the material world. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material world fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has a material world to use. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 2 material worlds to use. Directly ignore the prompts popped up by the system. Al immediately chose 2 material characters. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the material character Grandpa Niu. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the material character Hu Tutu. Close black lens bracket. After exchanging the 2 material characters, Al started building right away. Material role. Grandpa Niu. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Open black lens bracket. Grandpa Niu, who was born in a top wealthy family. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Learn various skills under the guidance of parents since childhood. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Under Grandpa Niu's top talent, everything in the family is quickly read by him by heart. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even body art is one of the best in the entire continent. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even when he was young, he became the strongest man on the continent. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Qingqing Grassland and Gushong Ridge have become his most frequented places. Close black lens bracket. And because of its strength and character, open black lens bracket. Grandpa Niu and Agay Ridge, the powerhouses of the Qingqing Grassland, have become close friends. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But because of Grandpa Niu's unrestrained personality. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It caused the most powerful people in the mainland to be dissatisfied with him at that time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Think of a powerful existence like Grandpa Niu. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You should serve the royal family and take down Goshong Ridge and Qingqing Grassland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Become a place of human habitation. Close black lens bracket. You can face questions and threats from members of the royal family. Open black lens bracket. Grandpa Niu completely ignores it and just does what he loves. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Therefore, the members of the royal family want to sanction the grandfather. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Then named him the god of war, and let him be stationed in Goshong Ridge and Qingqing Grassland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Forbid any creatures in Qingqing Grassland and Gushong Ridge to enter the habitat of the human race. Close black lens bracket. However, the strong human race can enter Gushong Ridge and Qingqing Grassland like walking on flat ground. Close black lens bracket. Requests for members of the royal family. Open black lens bracket. Grandpa Niu was forced to accept because of his parents. Close black lens bracket. It is also because of Grandpa Niu's consent. Close black lens bracket. The royal family members ordered a large number of powerful people to enter Gushong Ridge and Qingqing Grassland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Trying to break the bond between Grandpa Niu and Goshong Ling and Qingqing Grassland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Things are just as the royal family members expected. Close black lens bracket. Because of the massive invasion of the strong people of the human race. As a result, the powerhouses in Goshong Ridge and Qingqing Grassland can't sit still. Close black lens bracket. In order to avenge the human race, Qingqing Grassland and Goshong Ridge gathered a large number of strong people to fight. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But because of Grandpa Niu's obstruction, the relationship between them completely broke down. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. 3 parties also fought many battles that caused a sensation in the world. Close black lens bracket. As the situation continues to escalate, open black lens bracket the members of the royal family also learned about the strength of Go Xiongling and Qingqing grassland, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because I am too afraid of the terrifying strength of Qingqing grassland and Go Xiongling, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the royal family members after a short thought, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket decided to quell this war that is about to get out of control, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after negotiating with forest guardians, wolf kings, and ethnic village chiefs, close black lens bracket. Qingqing grassland and Gushang Ridge withdraw troops at the same time. Open black lens bracket although the flames of war have subsided, close black lens bracket, but Go Xiongling and Qingqing grassland and the human race's beings are also completely formed, close black lens bracket. In order to prevent Go Xiongling and Qingqing grassland from invading the human territory again, open black lens bracket royal family members attach great importance to this event, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket don't dare to defend the super strong Grandpa Niu again, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket it is bestowed on the title of Dragon King, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket let Grandpa Niu guard Go Xiong Ridge, the territory where the Qingqing grassland is connected to the human race, close black lens bracket. After many years of guarding, Go Xiong Ridge and Qingqing grassland no longer invade the human race, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and the human race dare not step into the Qingqing grassland and Go Xiong Ridge again, close black lens bracket. Even Go Xiong Ridge and Qingqing grassland are listed as forbidden areas. Open black lens bracket but Grandpa Niu bred demons because of this incident, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because he can't forgive himself, close black lens bracket, obviously have the strength to prevent the outbreak of this war, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but because of his identity as the god of war and the Dragon King, he turned to the sword, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in the end, Grandpa Niu who couldn't forgive what he did, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket resolutely choose to throw away the title of Dragon King and hide your name, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and set up a community in the middle of the mainland to facilitate the elderly, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket since then, the legend of the Dragon King Grandpa Niu has started, close black lens bracket. Analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material character fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that there are still 3 material roles for the host to use. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 2 material worlds to use. Ignore the system prompt page, Al breathed a sigh of relief. After creating the legend of Grandpa Niu, Al then began to create the legend of Hututu. But the legend about Hututu, Al made a mistake, after all, Hututu's age. Tisk tisk tisk. Difficult to deal with, adjusted my mind. Al then clicked continue, material role, Hututu. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket big-eared Tutu who was born in the royal family since childhood should have been the heir of the royal family, close black lens bracket. Advertisement open black lens bracket but the most ruthless imperial family, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the members of the royal family who spied on the throne secretly drugged Hututu, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket make it stay at 3 years old and never grow up, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and Hututu's father was furious when he heard the news, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket don't wait for him to take any measures, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket he was deprived of the throne by members of the royal family who tried to rebel, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and was expelled from the palace, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket the expelled Hututu family of the royal family, in order to make a comeback, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket so I remembered the doll kiss I signed earlier, open black lens bracket thinking of relying on in-laws to overthrow those who seek power, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket however, what Tutu dad didn't expect is, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket because he was expelled, the country also directly removed them, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and said a lot of ugly things. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket misfortunes never come singly, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the Tutu family, who were just expelled by their in-laws, were soon hunted down by power seekers, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket on the way to kill. Tutu's father brought Hututu to the tumbling garden, close black lens bracket. After placing Hututu at the door of the house at will, Tutu's father took Tutu's mother and left, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket shortly after the chasing soldiers left, Grandpa Niu found Hututu by accident, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after looking around for no one, Grandpa Niu adopted Hututu, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket under the care of Grandpa Niu, although Hututu's body doesn't grow much, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket however, its strength and the IQ in its mind are constantly increasing, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket however, regarding Hututu's body, even a biological grandfather can't move it, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in the blink of an eye, 15 years have passed, and Hututu is still a child. Close black lens bracket. But its strength is indeed the best among its peers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even Ji Jiang once studied under Hututu. Close black lens bracket. But at this moment, because of the human race and Go Shangling, Ching Ching, the contradictions in the grassland are increasing day by day. Open black lens bracket. The people in power suddenly fell into panic. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After many inquiries, I learned about Grandpa Niu's organization and came to visit. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But Grandpa Niu completely ignores it. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the end, it seems that it was because I was too helpless. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Grandpa Niu sent Hututu out. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, those in power at that time had never seen Hututu. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. As soon as I heard that it was Grandpa Niu's close disciple, I agreed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And also gave Hututu the title of Dragon King. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Hututu, who won the title of Dragon King, rushed to the battlefield after those in power left. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Based on strong strength, Hututu calmed down the conflict after several battles. Close black lens bracket. In order to reward Hututu, those in power gave Hututu powers comparable to those in power. Open black lens bracket. It is no exaggeration to say that with Hututu's prestige at that time, close black lens bracket. Just wave your hand, and countless people will support Hututu as the new ruler. Open black lens bracket. But Hututu didn't do that, and he doesn't want to. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Because Grandpa Niu traded him since he was a child, he has to learn to be able to afford it and let it go. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After the conflict was subsided, Hututu returned to the tumbling garden. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And under the influence of other neighbors, he became an ordinary security guard. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But because of Hututu's height and appearance, countless people think that this new security guard came in through the back door. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, since I don't know who's idle, those people didn't take it to heart. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, one day, when Hututu was working normally, close black lens bracket. But I accidentally bumped into the girl and her parents who were engaged to marry her doll. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The girl's parents recognized Hututu's identity the first time they saw Hututu. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And don't care about other people's eyes. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Facing Hututu is a meal of contempt and humiliation. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The humiliated Hututu didn't get angry because of this, but he didn't say much either. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After all, at his level, there is absolutely no need to argue with the weak. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Of course, this is naturally taught by Grandpa Niu and other neighbors. Close black lens bracket. It seems that Hututu does not refute it. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The more the girl's parents talk, the more excited they are. Close black lens bracket. In the end, they even slandered Hututu as a security guard here just to pursue girls. This rhetoric quickly attracted the attention of the people around me who eat melons. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Just then, the girl's fiancé suddenly appeared. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After knowing the truth of the matter, I started to humiliate Hututu without any explanation. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And took out 1 million cash and threw it on Hututu's face to make him recognize himself. Close black lens bracket. As countless banknotes are scattered, hidden powerhouses appear in the air one after another. Open black lens bracket. Seeing this situation, my fiancé thought that those strong men came to help me. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After all, his family has a little relationship with those strong people. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. To the surprise of everyone present, Grandpa Niu, the leader, suddenly stood up. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Welcoming the return of the Dragon King, it scared everyone present to their knees. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And at this moment, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The corners of Hututu's mouth split open, revealing a contemptuous smile. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Ever since, the legend of Hututu, the Dragon King with crooked mouth, has been spread. Close black lens bracket. Analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material character fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 2 material roles to use. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 2 material worlds to use. Chapter 121. Hututu. With such a big bullet, how long can you cry with one punch? Analyzing material roles. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material character fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 2 material roles to use. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 2 material worlds to use. Directly ignore the prompts of the system. Al immediately ordered Grandpa Niu and Hututu to go to the battlefield. Let them feel what a real strong person is after finishing the matter. Al meowed, the rest of the world material, then directly choose countless. If the dumping garden and the mechanical cat world are considered difficult, then the remaining 2 world materials, that is simply hell level difficulty. As soon as I thought of modifying 2 world materials with no combat power, Al felt a headache. I glanced at the current balance of the system store. Open black lens bracket current balance, 9,845,612. Close black lens bracket. Al didn't go straight to the store to buy new worlds. Instead, use the material converter directly, convert world material to character material. Then convert from character material to world material. To know, 1 world material can be transformed into 3 character materials. And the 3 character materials can just be converted into a world material. Yes, Al intends to exploit this bug. Let's refresh the 2 world materials we currently have. However, to Al's disappointment, even if repeated n times, in the end, the ones that are brushed out are always the fixed ones. No matter how many times it is refreshed, neither the world material nor the character material will change in any way. Card bug. Al immediately opened the system store and bought 4 world materials without hesitation. As the system beeps, Al looked at the 4 newly purchased materials in his hand. Can't help but fall into contemplation. If the original 2 world materials are hell level, the 4 world materials obtained now, that's a perfect nightmare level. After thinking for a while, Al finally made a choice. I just don't know if the dynamic light wave can be tossed out. With suspicion, Al immediately opened the creation page. The legend of New World is being revised. While Al was thinking about how to create a New World legend, on the battlefield of Beechburg, with the addition of 5 elders and the Red Earl and Bullet, the entire battlefield can be divided into 3 areas. On one side is 5 elders teaming up with Red Earl and Bullet. Fight against the Demon King who is about to merge. The other side is a wolf versus Roger, Rocks, and many top corpse powerhouses. In the end, there is a battle between Doraemon and Fat Tiger. Hundreds of giant mice, and the siege of Kazuki Oden and hundreds of dead strongmen. And the green grassland above the altitude of 10,000 meters. After the Redhead met Uda, I can't stand it anymore. Together with Marco and other Whitebeard team captains, launched a fierce attack on the lazy sheep, with the start of the battlefield everywhere. Kaido, who was seriously injured, was accidentally stepped on by a giant mouse. And Kaido, who was stepped on, seems to be affected by the fluid contained in the rat. Or maybe it was because of being bitten by Tom earlier. In an earth-shattering roar, Kaido picked up the mace that was dented by Might Gia and stood up. Watching the swarm of rats coming towards him, Kaido froze for a few seconds. Then shout angrily, "Thunder 8 trigrams!" The fierce force whipped up bursts of screaming wind. Bombarded at the moment of giant rats, advertisement. The terrifying impact immediately sent a giant mouse flying hundreds of meters away. Immediately afterwards, Kaido seemed still not relieved. Swing the mace in your hand and charge away, at the same time. Doraemon hiding from mice behind a certain big tree. I was trembling and praying not to find him. What the hell? With a roar, looking at the giant mouse falling in front of me, Doraemon jumped several meters high immediately after stepping on the void. Run straight to the safe area. Don't wait for Doraemon to run far. Another huge figure landed in front of him. Don't wait for Doraemon to recover from the panic. One after the other huge figures, fallen like hailstones. When Doraemon reacts, have found themselves, already surrounded by dozens of giant rats. Doraemon, who was overly frightened, can't control so much at the moment. Take out all kinds of weird props from the 4-dimensional pocket in a hurry. However, the more impatient, the props taken out by Doraemon are even more useless. Until the air cannon is taken out, Doraemon hangs in the mid-air stone. It just fell a little bit, without the slightest hesitation. Doraemon is about to stuff the air cannon into his hand. Boom. 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 Accompanied by bursts of roaring explosions sounded in the center of the battlefield. Countless air cannonballs condensed from air, straight through the bodies of those giant rats. However, just when Doraemon felt himself finally overcome the psychological shadow of the mouse, giant rats pierced by air cannons rapidly secrete black viscous liquid and recover at a speed visible to the naked eye. Looking at the scene in front of me, Doraemon's brief meditation seems to be thinking, why would the air cannon not work on those giant rats? Don't wait for Doraemon to understand. The giant rats recovering from their injuries let out bursts of sharp roars. It seems to be venting dissatisfaction with Doraemon. Immediately afterwards, without waiting for any response from Doraemon, the giant mouse closest to Doraemon, suddenly twisting its huge body, go straight to Doraemon and charge away, looking at the bloody mouth that continuously seeps out black viscous liquid. Doraemon seems to be so frightened that he lost his mind, standing still like a piece of wood, just as the giant rat. The moment you are about to swallow Doraemon in one bite. In the nick of time, the fat tiger's burly body smashes through the air like a tyrannosaurus. Charged from midair like a meteor, thump, the sound of bursting bubbles suddenly sounded. Next second, the fierce tiger made of condensed soil wraps the fat tiger in its body. Just a collision, the giant mouse was blasted into a pool of black viscous liquid. Watching in sluggish Doraemon, fat tiger arms around, and said in an adult tone, Doraemon, Can this guy be serious? A few stinky mice. Before Fat Tiger could say the second half of the sentence, the giant mouse standing behind it flicked its tail. Next second, the strong wind is howling. The long tail as thick as a python comes like a whip. Fat Tiger without the slightest defense, advertisement. Take a solid hit, however, facing the powerful physique of Fat Tiger. While the python-like long tail bombarded the Fat Tiger's body. 0. Seeking flowers. Under the reaction force of the force, it shattered into countless disgusting black viscous liquids and spilled on the ground. And the Fat Tiger who was attacked, at this moment, he could not help but frown. He glared at the giant mouse behind him with an unhappy face. Without the slightest hold back, Fat Tiger clenches his hands. The burly body like an iron tower crashes into the air, while making a series of ear-piercing explosions. Fat Tiger swung his casserole-sized fist straight through the huge body of the giant mouse. In an instant, the storm is surging. The strong fist wind drives the surrounding air to form a stream of Uzumaki ramming into the body of the giant mouse. Rattling, accompanied by a sound like a burst of bubbles. A giant mouse made of condensed black viscous liquid. It burst into countless water droplets like fireworks. And the motionless Doraemon directly below, without any accident, I was sprayed all over the face by these black viscous liquids full of foul smell. It seems that because I can't stand the disgusting smell. Doraemon couldn't help shivering, then run to the side and retch. After vomiting for a while, Doraemon took out all kinds of strange props from the dimension pocket and washed his body clean. After the body no longer has the slightest foul smell, Doraemon took out a piece of black cloth from the dimension pocket and closed his eyes. After doing all this, Doraemon raised his arms again and aimed the muzzle at the group of suffocating giant rats. No line of sight, Doraemon seems to have been cut off the nerve center. Without the slightest fear, boom, boom, boom. A series of earth-shattering piercing sounds went straight into the sky. In the sound of Doraemon's endless gunfire, surrounded by giant rats made of black viscous liquid gel. It shattered like inflated balloons one by one. See this situation. Fat Tiger just planned to rest for a while. I heard bursts of rustling sounding from not far away. What an annoying bunch, my uncle is very upset now. With the voice falling to the ground, Fat Tiger clenched his fists again. Go head on towards the army of dead bodies rushing towards the distance. At the same time, on the battlefield on the other side of Bikini Bottom. Looking at the rapidly expanding Demon King, 5 elders looked at each other. Without any verbal exchange, quickly used the power of Devil Fruit to transform into 5 monsters exuding terrifying aura. While surrounding the Demon King from 5 directions. The 5 elders unleashed their strongest moves on the Demon King at the same time, as if they had made a promise. While the Red Earl, it was at the moment when the sound of explosions ceased. Turned into a stream of blood, go straight to the head of the devil and smash it. Almost at the same time as the Red Earl made his move. Bullet stood on the ground and stared coldly at the devil above his head. There was a disdainful smile on the corner of his mouth. It looks like it hasn't merged before. The mere Devil King is just a living target for anyone to hunt. With the voice falling, Bullet's breath is rising rapidly. The ground with a radius of 100 meters around, as if influenced by Bullet. Like flowing water, it continues to condense and expand along Bullet's body. Soon, a giant monster with a height of 100 meters suddenly appeared in everyone's sight. However, just when Bullet was about to forcibly interrupt the fusion of the Demon King with one punch, an unkind figure suddenly sounded through the void. Grandpa Niu, this guy is so big, I just don't know how long I can make him cry with one punch. Chapter 122. Hututu. Do you know the magical art of ear movement? Grandpa Niu, this guy is so big, I just don't know how long I can make him cry with one punch. Accompanied by a childish voice, the people present couldn't help being stunned. His gaze locked in midair on the figure of the old and the young. The moment the wolf saw Hututu and Grandpa Niu, it suddenly lit up. Senior. Without the slightest hesitation, the wolf repelled Roger and others casually. Turn into a streamer and go straight to the sky, when the wolf came to Hututu and Grandpa Niu. After confirming that these two were indeed the 2 seniors that Zachang once said, Sekiro bowed with great respect. 2 seniors, I often hear the legends about you mentioned by seniors. See you today, it's as awe-inspiring as the legend says. 433. Watching a wolf make such a respectful gesture. 5 elders subconsciously stopped the movements in his hands. Eyes full of horror and disbelief, to know, Sekiro is the strongest friend in that forest. And after only strong guidance, the strength is even more powerful for all to see. But such a powerful guy, at this moment, he is so respectful to that old and young guy. As long as you are not a fool, it can be seen that the identities of the old and the young must be very important. Could it be that those 2 guys are also the strongest from that forest? I don't know, but from the attitude of the wolf, the probability of being the strongest in that forest is as high as 8%. If that's the case, we have to be careful, just as the 5 elders are debating what to do about it. Using the combined fruit ability to condense the surrounding soil into a giant bullet. It seems that I have gained a lot of confidence in fighting the devil. Or because of Hututu's words, it is too arrogant and domineering. Without thinking, with a very arrogant attitude, he said. Where did the stinky old man and stinky kid come from? Go away, otherwise, don't blame Laozi for being rude to you. Accompanied by Bullet's arrogant voice, Five Elders' complexion suddenly became gloomy. I can't wait to use a needle and thread in my heart. Shut the mouth of that B************* D Bullet. To know, now the most important thing. It is to solve the Demon King in front of him, instead of breeding other incidents. Advertisement. Moreover, the old and the young are obviously not easy to mess with. Even if sooner or later you have to fight those two guys. Not at this time either. Damn Bullet, shut your stinking mouth. Topman Wochu Lisheng said angrily with a livid face. The remaining 4 or 5 elders at this time also gloomy face. Damn guy, can't you be do you understand the current situation? Who is our primary target? Haven't you figured it out, you idiot? If the Devil King is not dealt with, this world will inevitably fall into a huge crisis. You bloody B***********. It's really not enough to succeed, but more to fail. Facing accusations and reprimands from the 5 elders. Bullet frowned, although my heart is very full, but what 5 elders said doesn't make sense either. Now their most important thing is to defeat the devil. Instead of focusing on those monsters in Bikini Bottom. After all, those monsters are not very hostile to them. However, Bullet's words have been released, it is simply impossible to get it back. Without waiting for Hututu and Grandpa Niu to make any moves. The wolf standing next to him was the first to express his opinion. I hope your excellency will take back what you said earlier. Otherwise, while the voice sounded, a strong killing intent flashed in the wolf's eyes. As if Bullet just dared to say one more word, a wolf will not hesitate. Rip it into countless pieces, just meowing at the wolf's eyes full of killing intent. A surging and ferocious sense of crisis like a raptor going out to sea suddenly surged into my heart. However, without waiting for any response from Bullet, Hututu suddenly took a step in the void, although this simple step did not cause any heaven and earth visions. Not even a ripple, in the eyes of 5 elders and Bullet. But full of murderous intent and oppressive feeling. While the 5 elders were in a daze, Hututu's ears moved slightly for a moment. With a smile on his face, he said, "Introduce yourself first. My name is Hututu, and I am 3003 years old this year. My father's name is Hu Yingjun, and my mother's name is Zhang Xiaoli. My family lives in room 1001, building 2, Tundu Garden. Mom's fried meatballs are the best. My cat is called Mob. Advertisement, he's a talking cat. 1. The Mob is a boy like Tutu. Tutu's favorite good friend is Xiaomei. Tutu's ears are big and amazing." However, just when Hututu was going to show off his ear-moving skills, the Red Earl who was standing not far away suddenly interrupted. "Hey, brat, this is the battlefield, this is not the place for you to introduce yourself. If you don't want to participate in this battle." With the voice falling, a faint murderous intent flashed across the eyes of the Red Earl. Although only fleeting, but he was still captured by Hututu. Facing the provocation of the Red Earl, Hututu was neither happy nor angry. Still smiling, he asked, "If you won't let me finish my self-introduction, you have to bear the consequences, tilde," to Hututu's joking response. 5 elders didn't respond, even Bullet, who has always escaped. It was also silent at the moment, only the Red Earl. Still staring at Hututu blankly, it seems to be using the color of knowledge to perceive its inner thoughts. However, no matter how tempted he is, still can't see through Hututu's inner thoughts. Even Grandpa Niu can't see through his inner thoughts. Although this is not the first time in 1.6, but this also represents a very dangerous signal, that's these two guys in front of me, definitely not the top powerhouse he can offend. But now is not the time for the Red Earl to regret. Because Hututu has seen through his heart, don't try to hide. Even if you escape to the ends of the earth, it is impossible to escape. Having been seen through his thoughts, the Red Earl couldn't help but thump in his heart. Although the face is still expressionless, but deep down in his heart right now, there has been a storm. Just when the Red Earl was about to make the next move, Hututu's figure is like a streamer, flashed to the side of the Red Earl. "Do you want to experience the magical art of moving ears?" While whispering like a devil rang in my ears, the Earl was imprisoned and unable to move. Chapter 123. Hututu. Want to run? Kick you into a muggle with a backhand kick. Chapter 123. Hututu. Want to run? Kick you into a muggle? Want to experience the power of ear-moving magic? Hututu stepped on the void, looking at the Red Earl with a smile on his face. Seemingly frivolous tone, but full of strong endless killing intent. As if as long as the Red Earl said no, his body will be split into countless small pieces by Hututu. Just as the voice sounded, the Red Earl was not aware of Hututu's terrifying killing intent at all. The pupils suddenly shrank unintuitively, horror and surprise written all over his face. My heart is even more turbulent, this guy. When exactly, however, before the Red Earl could react, Hututu said again with a smile on his face, "Is it curious why I can hide from your detection in front of you? Because you're afraid of me, that's why the cells in your whole body are tensed?" Facing Hututu's inquiry, the Earl seemed to be frightened by something. After thinking in situ for a moment, without the slightest melancholy, the Red Earl was about to turn around and leave immediately. Although I have no intention of doing it, but the Red Earl was not afraid of 06 Hututu in his heart. To know, even if the Red Earl knows that there is a high probability that he may not be Hututu's opponent. It is even very likely that they will die in the hands of Hututu and another newly emerged strong man. But that doesn't mean the Red Earl is afraid of them. Instead, the Red Earl has a strong self-confidence in his heart. Even in the face of two powerful enemies with unfathomable strength. But if all he wants to do is escape, even if Hututu joins forces with another newly emerged powerhouse to attack, it is absolutely impossible to catch him, in addition to the abilities of bat fruit, phantom beast species and vampire form. Just expose him to blood, quickly recover from injuries. And it can increase your strength, as long as he escapes from the encirclement of Hututu and Grandpa Niu. Even if the case dies, you can also rely on blood to restore yourself. Think of this, the smile on Red Earl's face gradually became more and more unbridled. He even sneered unabashedly, "Smelly brat, no matter how powerful you are, so what? If I want to escape, even if you join forces with that stinky old man to deal with me." It's still, however, before the Red Earl finished his last sentence. Hututu, who was standing beside him, interrupted with a smile on his face. "What can't be done? Catch you? Hey, are you still asleep, kid? Grandpa Niu needs to do it himself to catch you trash?" Honestly, after listening to what the Red Earl said, Hututu was a little unbelievable at first. Advertisement. After all, as a super top powerhouse 3,000 years ago, Hututu can be said to have said nothing but, "That lord." And those neighbors who live in the same community as him didn't pay attention to anyone at all. It is not even an exaggeration to say. In addition to the neighbors in the dump garden, and that grown-up, he, Hututu, thinks he can be number one in the world. However, in such a powerful presence, but he was despised by a stinky brat 3,000 years later. Isn't this just lighting the lights in the toilet? Pure looking for death, and what surprised Hututu the most was such a strong little guy he actually wanted him to team up with Grandpa Niu to deal with him? Joke, big joke, however, facing Hututu's threatening words. Not only did the Red Earl not have the slightest fear. There are even some laughs. Who is he? The superpower of the entire Four Emperors regiment can be compared with one person. Not to mention that now he also got the bat fruit, phantom beast species, and vampire form. Not only recovered to the peak, he even sucked the blood of countless people while preparing for battle. Now it can be said that it is only stronger than before. No matter how weak, that's also stronger than when he was at his peak. Moreover, he still has a bottle of poison in his hand. As long as it is used, don't call me a stinky brat. Even with that smelly old man and a wolf, the Red Earl also firmly believes that no one can solve him. If the side effects of the murderous drug were not too great. Higher risk, I'm afraid the Red Earl has already turned on the vampire form. Destroy everything in front of you directly. How could it be possible to be provoked by a stinky brat? And dare not do it, but the Red Earl doesn't intend to take the poison right now. After all, the one in front of me is just a stinky brat. If you have to take poisonous medicine to deal with a stinky brat, that would be a shame to throw it at Grandma's house. However, just when the Red Earl was about to flee, but Hututu directly stopped him from retreating. 36 strategies are the best strategy? Hey, you really don't think much of me? Accompanied by Hututu's voice, the Red Earl couldn't help but tremble. In a trembling tone, full of unbelievable and incomprehensible. But now is not the time for him to think about that. Since Hututu blocked the retreat in front of him, wouldn't it be better for him to change direction then? But the moment this idea just formed in my mind, Hututu still said with a smile on his face. Don't think about so many messy things, please pay attention. Smelly brat. Advertisement at the moment Hututu's voice sounded. The unbelieving Red Earl didn't hesitate at all, immediately adjust the direction. Speeding towards Bullet's location, see this situation. Hututu couldn't help but shook his head with a smile. There has also been a subtle change in the way he looks at the Red Earl. It's all said, you can't escape from me, but why do you have to try the impossible? With a disdainful voice, Hututu's voice disappeared before everyone's eyes like lightning. Next second, when Hututu's figure appears in everyone's sight again, it is already in front of the Red Earl, looking at Hututu who suddenly appeared. The Red Earl's face sank. I screamed in my heart that it was not good. However, do not wait for any reaction from it. Hututu hit the Red Earl's abdomen fiercely with his volley kick. Although this blow looks light and fluffy, not even a little force. But this is only what everyone sees on the surface. Next moment, with the body of the Red Earl slowly falling from midair, a series of roaring bone-cracking sounds, and the sonic boom caused by the air friction bursts loudly. Click, 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 at the same time as the cracking sound that made 460 people palpitate. The space with a radius of 100 meters was instantly torn apart like a bright mirror, revealing hideous cracks. Even the Demon King who is merging is affected, and the Red Earl, who is slowly falling in midair. Suddenly, as if struck by a meteorite while the whole body emits flames. The clothes on his body instantly turned to ashes in the high temperature. And its body, even in this terrible high temperature. It was roasted until it made a piercing sizzling sound. Just for a moment, before the Red Earl fell to the ground. His body was still roasted like charcoal, without any doubt. If the Red Earl had fallen to the ground, he might be kicked to death by Hututu's understated blow. 5 elders see, while cursing the Red Earl as an idiot in his heart. To Hututu and another emerging powerhouse, I feel deeply dreaded. What a fool. The Demon King in front of me has not been resolved yet. You still have the mood to provoke those monsters. Could it be that the idiot Red Earl has forgotten how terrifying those monsters are? While the five elders were talking, a figure exuding dazzling golden light suddenly flashed before everyone's eyes. And go straight to the Red Earl. Look at this posture. It seems to be to save the Red Earl, at this time. Kong's voice suddenly sounded from afar. Five elders, the king of the world has come to the battlefield in person. And became the commander of this battlefield. Chapter 124. Grandpa Niu, I advise you to be kind. Five elders, the king of the world has come to the battlefield in person. And became the commander of this battlefield, as Kong's voice sounded. Five elders looked at each other. It seems that I can't believe what Kong said. The king of the world goes to the battlefield himself? What a crazy thing this is, until Kong repeatedly confirmed the accuracy of the news. The face of five elders was livid, immediately switched back and forth between joy, sorrow, and unknown. In the end, it gradually evolved into anger and bewilderment. The cause of joy is because the king of the world is in the field. Whether it is Marine or world government forces will be greatly encouraged. This is rare good news, however, things will come to an end for the five elders. To know, the king of the world is their core bone. It is their faith. If something happens to the king of the world, what serious consequences would that have? Five elders dare not even think about it. Why did that lord come to the battlefield in person? Is it because we didn't do well? For the time being, don't worry about the reason why the lord appeared on this battlefield. We must get it out of here as soon as possible. If those monsters know about the existence of that lord. In the end, five elders seems like a promise, fell into silence. Turn around and put away all the restlessness and anger. Pour it all on the Demon King. Maybe it's because of too much restlessness and fear. Causes the five elders to, when attacking, all with all their strength. And precisely because of their reckless bombardment. Did not notice at all, at this time, the Demon King is absorbing the energy released by their attacks. Although only a negligible 10%, but that's enough for the Demon Lord. As more energy is absorbed, the wounds on the Demon King's body became more and more serious. Feeling the breath of the devil gradually wilting. Five elders looked at each other, launch a more violent attack again. It seems that he intends to directly kill the Demon King on the spot. Then return to the World Government Coalition Station as soon as possible. Advise that adult to evacuate the battlefield as soon as possible. After all, this is not the place where the King of the World should stay. Although she is very powerful, he even has the ability to be immortal. But if the monsters in Beechburg, after knowing all this, God knows what crazy things will happen. It is even possible that because of the appearance of that adult, all the monsters in Bikini Bottom appeared, if things have really developed to this point. No matter how strong the king of the world is, it is absolutely impossible to be the opponent of those monsters. Think of this, the five elders' offensive is getting more and more violent and violent. The look about to fall into madness, it made all the powerful people including Kong couldn't help being surprised. Worthy of being the supreme power of the world government. Such terrible destructive power, even Whitebeard has to bow down. HMPH, the five stinky old men really hid their history in the previous battle. Just why did the five elders fight so hard? Did something important happen? Tilda. I don't know, but something must have happened to stimulate them. Otherwise in this chaotic battlefield, damn play like five elders. It's a complete waste of energy. Moreover, it's easy for the enemy to take advantage of the loophole. While everyone was discussing, five elders are on high. All kinds of frightening moves, as if you don't want money. Crazy blasted towards the huge body of the Demon King. Boom. Boom. Boom, in a series of earth-shattering roars. The breath of the Demon King is gradually wilting. Advertisement as if just one more blow, you can completely defeat it. However, no matter how the five elders ramp up, the Demon King seemed to have unlocked the bloodlock. Just hold your last breath, life and death cannot defeat it. Under a series of violent and terrifying offensives. At this moment, the faces of five elders turned pale. Obviously it is a side effect caused by excessive use of the fruit ability. On the other hand, the devil, although there is not one part of the Demon King's whole body that is complete at this moment. Even the breath is looming, but with his last breath. To make the five elders angry, but there is nothing to do. Damn it, what kind of monster is that? Obviously the breath is already so weak. But why didn't that guy die no matter what? Damn it, damn it. What do we do now? Should we continue the attack, or evacuate for a short time and let Kong and the others deal with it? Faced with this question, five elders looked at each other. Then they set their sights on Kong and others, after a short thought and discussion. Five elders' complexion gradually became serious. The Demon King is still holding his breath, there shouldn't be any storms. Although those guys are not too strong, but in the face of this dying Demon King, there shouldn't be any problems. In the end, the five elders looked at each other again. Then nodded slightly, directly hand over the important task of destroying the devil to Kong and others. And the five elders, then it turned into streamers and went straight to the World Government Coalition camp and flew quickly. And the goal of their trip, it is to let I am, the king of the world, leave this battlefield. When leaving, five elders did not forget that Kong gave an overview of the current situation. And it is strictly forbidden for him to publicize any news about that lord. Especially not to let those monsters in Beechburg know. Knowing the seriousness of the matter, Kong and other powerhouses. While taking a deep breath, I can't help but admire the terrifying strength of 5 elders in my heart. At this time, it exploded with a blast of air-shattering roar. Looking at the rising mushroom cloud, a group of experts including 5 elders couldn't help but frown. What an idiot who has done more than fail. We have to provoke that monster during this time period. Okay, now is not the time to worry about this matter. We must send that lord away before those monsters know about it. Otherwise, after the group of monsters know about it, they will definitely besiege that lord collectively. As the voice falls, Kong pointed to the rising mushroom cloud in the distance. Can't help showing a touch of doubt, seems to be aware of everyone's suspicious eyes. The anxious 5 elders said nothing, after telling what the Red Earl did in a very perfunctory manner. He hastily left the battlefield, looking at the back of the 5 elders leaving. And the rising mushroom cloud, and Hututu floating not far from the mushroom cloud. Everyone on the scene slowed down for a few seconds. Just recovered from the shock, 1 strike, just 1 hit? Defeated that lone the Red Earl. What about trouble? Is the world so crazy now, to know? Although the strengths of the 4 emperors are different. But the Red Earl alone is comparable to the legend of the 4 emperors pirates. It can be said that an unsurpassable legend has been left in this sea. And, corresponding to the Red Earl, not those 4 emperors pirates now. Advertisement but like One Piece Roger, world's strongest man Whitebeard. Ruler of the sky's golden lion, wait for a series of legendary pirates. Defeating such a powerful existence with just 1 blow. The impact of this incident on everyone, no less than a meteorite crashing into Marine HQ. As the commander-in-chief of the whole army, Kong. Looking at Hututu's eyes at this moment, subtle changes have gradually taken place. How strong is the Red Earl? It can be said that no one present understands him better than him. As the Red Earl's nemesis, although the Red Earl was indeed captured into the recommended city. But that battle, he is at the right time, place and people. This is enough to defeat the Red Earl. Looking at Hututu suspended in midair. Sengoku narrowed his eyes slightly, the frown is getting deeper and deeper. Seems difficult to understand, a stinky brat who obviously looks only 3 years old. How on earth was it possible to defeat such a powerful Red Earl with 1 blow? Although it is not that no strong man has been defeated before. There are even many powerful beings who have taken the poisonous medicine. Such as Kaido, Big Mom, Whitebeard, Golden Lion, and more. But, when they were fighting, those beach monsters. All of them erupted with an aura that far exceeded the limit of human beings. But the kid in front of me, if it weren't for the explosion caused by the Red Earl's defeat. They probably didn't know that the Red Earl had a fight with the Beechburg monster. Backquote. What's going on with that guy? Zephyr wraps his arms around. His face is extraordinarily constricted, for Zephyr queries. Everyone looked at each other in blank dismay, seems like everyone present couldn't give a reasonable explanation. So Zephyr hastily changed the subject. Let's deal with that Demon King first. After all, everyone here knows the fruit ability of the Red Earl. With the ability of bat fruit, phantom beast species, and vampire form. That guy didn't die so easily, while the target of the monster is still locked on the Red Earl. Let's get rid of the Demon King in front of us as soon as possible. As Zephyr's voice fell, everyone in the field, to get Zhao, looked at each other. Then nodded, without the slightest hesitation, immediately use your strongest moves to bombard the huge body of the Demon King. With bursts of roaring explosions, Grandpa Niu who was suspended in midair seemed to have noticed something. His gaze was firmly fixed on the Demon King, a playful smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. What an interesting creature, it can absorb the enemy's attack. Although Grandpa Niu's voice was not loud, but there are still many strong people who were paying attention to him and heard it. After hearing what Grandpa Niu said, those strong men couldn't sit still. Hastily opened his mouth and shouted to stop. 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 We were all deceived by that Demon King. That rascal, before the second half of the sentence is finished. It seems to be to verify everyone's words, the devil squirmed his huge body. Melts together like a viscous liquid, at the moment when the Demon Kings merged together. The terror unleashed, like the impact of a nuclear bomb explosion. Blast everyone out, looking at Grandpa Niu who put his eyes on him. The smile on your face grows brighter, kindly reminded. Little thing, I am kind to you, otherwise. However, before Grandpa Niu finished speaking, the Demon King seemed to be irritated by Grandpa Niu's words. Go straight to Grandpa Niu and rush to kill him. Chapter 125. Although the peak years are not seen, the name of the god of war will last forever. As the breath of the devil gradually rises, the pupils of those who were driven back by its aura and coercion shrank sharply. The face is full of horror and shock. My heart is even more turbulent. Commander, what should we do now? The Mirror Knight came to St. Figaland. Asked with a very solemn tone, facing the Mirror Knight's inquiry. St. Figaland did not respond immediately, instead, focus on the BIGMOM pirates. Beasts pirates, air pirates, and everyone at Marine HQ. Looking at the fear and horror in the eyes of the surrounding powerhouses. A big word slowly emerged in the heart of St. Figaland. Escape. However, the word just came to mind, it was rejected by St. Figaland. If you back down just because of a Demon King, then how will he serve in the Knights of God in the future? Moreover, as the commander of the Knights of God, status and strength, it is the 5 elders who are second only to the highest authority of the world government. What's more, there are many strong people present. It's fine if you can't defeat those monsters in Bikini Bottom. What kind of thing is this Demon King? How dare you let him escape? Think of this, St. Figaland snorted coldly, with a very strong attitude, he said. And let those monsters at Beechburg start a war. This damn devil also wants to join in the fun? Everyone follow my command. All BIGMOM pirates outflank from the left, all beasts pirates charge from the right. 7 warlords of the sea prepare for cover, Marine headquarters is ready to attack from the front. Flying pirates, pay attention to the sky, all members of the Knights of God follow me to launch a surprise attack from behind. Let those monsters of Beechburg and that damned devil see our power. Just the second after Phase 627 Rand Street issued the order. As the eldest son of BIGMOM, Katakuri was the first to express his opposition. After all, the current situation, no matter from which point of view, not friendly to the World Government Alliance. Even among the 3 forces, the Demon King, the monsters of Beechburg, and the World Government Alliance Army. The World Government Alliance Army seems to be the weakest force. If you act rashly, it is very likely that it will be destroyed first. In addition, the top powerhouses of most of the troops are not on the battlefield at the moment. Just by these people, just want to defeat an existence capable of destroying the world? What about trouble? After Katakuri roughly told himself about the situation of this war, St. Figaland's face suddenly darkened. How could he not know these truths? But things have progressed to this point, even if the whole army is wiped out. Then there is absolutely no going back, because of this withdrawal. His reputation, but it's game over. However, St. Figaland is not stupid enough to expose the little juju in his heart. Instead, they brought out a whole set of rhetoric about saving the world with a very stern attitude. It seems that as long as he obeys Katakuri's command and retreats half a step from this battlefield, the whole world will perish. See St. Figaland's attitude so tough. Katakuri grimaced. I cursed an idiot in my heart. Then he said coldly, and said, I will never let my brother and sister follow you, a brainless guy, to death. If you insist on that, then I have no choice but to take my family and leave this dangerous battlefield. Go back to the World Government Alliance station to discuss the battle plan again. As the voice falls, advertisement Katakuri didn't hesitate at all. Just turn around and go, totally ignore Figaland-san. And those who would stay and listen to that fool Figaland. Facing Katakuri's withdrawal, St. Figaland was furious. But now is not the time to worry about these things. To prevent others from being as stupid as Katakuri, St. Figaland immediately rearranged the battle plan. The vacant part of BIGMOM pirates. Put Yishao and some powerful guys and 7 warlords of the sea on top. As for others, follow the previous configuration. Looking at the Demon King whose breath is no longer rising, St. Figaland shouted angrily. Do it, almost at the same time as the voice sounded. Triad headed by Beast's pirates, Jin, take the first step. Immediately afterwards, Kong, Sengoku Garp, Marine 3 Admiral, etc. Followed by go straight to the Demon King in midair and charge away. However, in the face of the mass siege of the crowd, the Demon King suspended in midair didn't pay them any attention at all. Instead, he fixed his scarlet eyes full of evil and destruction on Grandpa Niu. And Hututu standing in the distance, it seems that in his eyes, just these 2 guys, doing fatal damage to yourself, seems to have sensed the hostility from the Demon Lord. Grandpa Niu twitched his beard, with a kind smile. Little things, I advise you to be kind, oh. However, before Grandpa Niu finished speaking, as if the Demon King had received some kind of stimulation, let out a low and hoarse roar. In an instant, it rushed across a distance of hundreds of meters. Without any hesitation or softness, the Demon King's arms the size of stone pillars trembled suddenly. While roaring like a pile driver, go straight to Grandpa Niu's head and smash it. In an instant, stormy, the surrounding space seemed to be unable to withstand this terrifying blow from the Demon King. It burst into countless cracks like the substance. However, facing this terrifying blow from the Demon King, Grandpa Niu still stood there unmoved, as if resigned to fate, waiting for the devil to understand his own life. See this situation, the fighting spirit in St. Figaland's heart was like a raging fire that burned the fear and worry in his heart to nothingness. Right, that is it, kill him, Agfei, kill that old thing. Then fight to the death with that brat, Gia ha ha ha. With the wicked laughter of St. Figaland, all the powerhouses present stopped immediately. It seems that he is also looking forward to the fight between the devil and the group of monsters in Beechburg. However, in the fierce fist wind of the Devil King, blowing away along the body of Grandpa Niu, those terrible fists. The moment it is about to fall on Grandpa Niu's head, the devil suddenly looks like a stuck machine, stopped motionless in midair. Looking at the scene in front of me, St. Figaland and the strong present. Advertisement immediately froze in place, his face was filled with astonishment and horror. It seems that some people don't understand the current situation. What the hell is that guy doing? Why don't you put your fist down? Kill him, hurry up, what happened? It was only a little bit close, why didn't that be *************** D smash it down. Damn, this idiot Demon King. Just when everyone was still feeling angry because the Demon King didn't hit Grandpa Niu with his fist. Thoughtful Ember, as if I found something, subconsciously squinting his eyes, he said coldly. That rascal, it seems that the whole body is shaking. With Jin's voice falling, everyone couldn't help but thump in their hearts. A strong sense of crisis and a sense of foreboding instantly shrouded in the hearts of everyone, trembling. Only in times of extreme excitement and extreme fear will show up, but whatever it is, nothing good for them. You know, if your whole body trembles because of excitement, then more than 80% of the two of them know each other, or they are close friends, so they are so excited that they are trembling all over. Possibly even a more intimate relationship, if it is because of this. That means, they will face two unknown and powerful monsters. While fear, then it will be better understood, a majestic world, and a super devil born from the fusion of two devil kings. To actually stop while delivering a fatal blow, it's like putting the muzzle of a gun on an enemy's forehead. When preparing to shoot, but found the enemy in the same way. Aim the gun at its heart. Both are mortal wounds. No one can predict who will die first under the other's gun. However, compared to this, the shock that Grandpa Niu gave everyone was far less than this. To know, from the sudden attack and killing of the Devil King, to the fatal blow now, and the final stagnation in midair. Grandpa Niu always stood in place like a fast log. No movement at all, but without any action, how can you make the other party feel dead? Everyone present knows this very well, that is because of the aura, because of the power. Just like Conqueror's Haki, that is to crush the enemy with your own aura and power. However, everything that Grandpa Niu has shown so far has nothing to do with Conqueror's Haki. In the case of Conqueror's Haki, those who are strong will soon be able to detect it. But if it wasn't for Conqueror's Haki, think of this. Together with Figaland Sheng Zaineng, all the powerhouses couldn't help but take a breath. Shock the enemy with your own murderous aura and powerful aura. Isn't this a method that Conqueror's Haki can summarize? After all, this is more than Conqueror's Haki. What kind of strong man is that? Can you cultivate Conqueror's Haki to this level? Even without release, it can also invisibly suffocate the opponent's breath of death. However, while everyone was discussing, the Demon King, who was intimidated by Grandpa Niu's eyes, suddenly trembled violently all over his body. Next second, in the horrified eyes of the crowd, the Demon King suddenly retreated hundreds of meters away. Hiding in a huge pit and shivering, it seems to be very afraid of Grandpa Niu. See, Saint Figaland secretly delighted, although the Demon Lord did not clash with Beechburg. But at this time the state of the Demon King, it is the best time to kill him. Chapter 126. Crayon Shinchan. Have you ever heard of dynamic light waves? Looking at the few people who are about to move, a wolf came to Grandpa Niu. He asked suspiciously, Bull God of War, why don't you just clean up those guys tilde? Facing a wolf's inquiry, Grandpa Niu did not open his mouth to explain. Just showing a playful smile. After all, it's been so long since I left Tipping Garden. It's hard to come out now, definitely have some fun. Right at Figaland Street et al., while preparing to go all out. In the realm of mystery, Al, after several attempts, gradually found a way to create a new world legend. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Qingqing Grassland has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. The mysterious legend of Doraemon has been recognized by the people of this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Tumbling Garden has been recognized by the people of this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Create a character, Qingqing Grassland. Lazy King has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and get mysterious points +1. Creating the character, Doraemon Fat Tiger, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Mechanical Cat, Doraemon, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Tipping Garden, Grandpa Niu, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Tipping Garden, Hu Tutu, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. I roughly glanced at the tips for obtaining mysterious points. Al then opened the system store again. Open black lens bracket. Current mysterious points 3,245,679. Close black lens bracket. After seeing the current balance of 3.2 million, Al took a deep breath. Immediately opened the creation page. Open black lens bracket. Crayon Little New World. Inhabited by a group of people, and a strange world full of outrageous and yellow. Close black lens bracket. Meow. A glance at the world template introduction. Al coughed lightly. Outrageous to outrageous, but what the hell does yellow mean? Advertisement. Directly ignore the introduction of the world template. Al started creating directly. Open black lens bracket material world. Crayon little new world, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket modification in progress. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket as early as 5,000 years ago, as the first people born in this world. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket already have technology comparable to the lunar space station. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket however, because the islands are not merged, the countries on the islands often have fierce wars. Close black lens bracket. But there is such a place, they don't need to rely on the power of technology, and they can survive alone. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and the name of this world was finally named the world of Crayon Shin-chan. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket it is also because of this small world that all the islands are merged together. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the reason why it is called the world of Crayon Shin-chan is also because of the particularity and outrageousness of this island. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because everything you see in that world is an illusion and fantasy. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket even the creatures on that island are both true and false. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in that world, everything will become reasonable, but it lacks logic. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket if you use the setting of the web novel to explain. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket that's a powerful psychic supernatural being covering an entire island with abilities. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket at the same time, in that island, there are still countless supernatural beings who voluntarily fell into the illusion. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket as all the islands merge together and develop hundreds of years later. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the emperor who rules the entire continent is very afraid of the area called Crayon Lil New World. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because for hundreds of years, it has been one of the top powerhouses on the entire continent. Close black lens bracket. They will voluntarily enter the world of Crayon Shin-chan for various reasons. Open black lens bracket and for the contemporary imperial power, the world of Crayon Shin-chan is like a cancerous tumor. Close black lens bracket. And it is still a super cancer that continues to devour the top powerhouses. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after several times of hesitation and thinking. Close black lens bracket. Contemporary authorities have made up their minds because their sons and daughters voluntarily entered Crayon Lil New World. Open black lens bracket those in power who have plans have no hesitation in thought, and immediately order the destruction of the world of Crayon Shin-chan. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket however, in power. Close black lens bracket, all the elites and powerhouses of the whole world are called together to prepare for the day before the invasion of Crayon Lil New World. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but died unexpectedly. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket except those in power, all the people who planned to attack Crayon Lil New World died overnight. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket even those scientists who did not participate in the crusade against Crayon Lil New World, and researchers who mastered weapon technology. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket no one is spared. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket since this bizarre incident was exposed, the whole world has suddenly fallen into unprecedented chaos. Close black lens bracket. Except for the fear of Crayon Shin-chan. Open black lens bracket because of the fault of high-stage civilization. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the development of the whole world has been set back hundreds of years. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket however, another night passed, when people woke up from their deep sleep. Joe Wan found out. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket 40% of the people in the whole world died suddenly overnight. Close black lens bracket. In order to survive, people built ships overnight, brought food and fled the land to the sea. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket in order to verify the conjecture in my heart. Close black lens bracket 0. Seeking flowers 0. Advertisement open black lens bracket people did an experiment, put some creatures on the island and observed them all the time. Close black lens bracket. As the night falls, bursts of black mist centered on Crayon Little New World. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the creatures that come into contact with this mist will all die suddenly in various bizarre ways. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the people who knew the truth quickly rode away, and called all this the curse of Crayon Shinshigeki. Close black lens bracket. It is also because of this statement that no one dared to set foot on the mainland for nearly 1,000 years. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket even if there is, it will die suddenly under the curse. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket until 1,000 years later, when the first group of explorers set foot on the mainland without dying. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the curse of Crayon Little New World has also become a mysterious legend in the eyes of people who have lived on the sea for thousands of years. Close black lens bracket. As for the world of Crayon Shin-chan, it is not that no one in later generations has gone to it. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket without exception, all end in failure. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket but the mysterious legend of Crayon Little New World has always remained in people's hearts. Close black lens bracket. 0. Analyzing the material world. Logical fit, rapport fit. Material world fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has a material world to use. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 6 material worlds to use. After creating the world of Crayon Shinchan, Al didn't directly choose to continue. Instead, he subconsciously glanced at the tips for obtaining mysterious points in the system store. By the way, the character was selected for the last designated fragment. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Qingqing Grassland has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. The mysterious legend of Doraemon has been recognized by the people of this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Tumbling Garden has been recognized by the people of this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Current mysterious points 5,087,946. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the material character Crayon Shinchan. Close black lens bracket. Seeing that my balance has reached 5 million, Al couldn't help but smile. While feeling better, inspiration also follows, without the slightest hesitation. Al immediately opened the creation page, ready to create the most outrageous and real Crayon Shinchan, he thinks. Open black lens bracket. Material role, Crayon Shinchan. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Chapter 127 Creation. Come on Crayon Shinchan. Chapter 127 Creation. Come on Crayon Shinchan. Open black lens bracket. Material role, Crayon Shinchan. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Crayon Shinchan was born on an island 5,000 years ago. Close black lens bracket. Before a series of strange things happened, Crayon Little New World was once known as the Holy Land. It is a place that brings laughter to people. Open black lens bracket. Until an evil scientist who is wanted all over the world invades. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. This island full of joy is gradually losing its name as a holy place. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Wanted evil scientist in order not to reveal his identity. Close black lens bracket. Building a scientific research institute underground while living as an ordinary person. And opened a movie theater above the Academy of Sciences, in front of the source of research funding. Close black lens bracket. However, due to an accident, an error occurred in the experiment. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Making people who did not belong to this world appear in this world. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In other words, real humans can enter the world depicted in the movie. Close black lens bracket. And the fake human in the movie world can also appear in the real world. Close black lens bracket. As more and more fake humans come from movies to reality. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The scenes in the movie are gradually overlapping with the real world. Close black lens bracket. Just overnight, the whole island is full of weirdness and weirdness. 340. However, the most deadly thing is. Open black lens bracket. People who originally lived on this island. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. I found myself unable to leave this island. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. To be precise, they couldn't find their way out of the island. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even if the way to leave is in front of them, they can't find it. Close black lens bracket. It's like the space overlapped, and it's still a closed loop overlap. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. People from the outside can easily enter, but people from the inside cannot. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And after discovering this bizarre incident, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The evil scientist is about to leave this place. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But no matter how many times I try, it still doesn't help. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In order to successfully escape from this damn place. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The evil scientist put the distress letter in a bottle and threw it into the sea. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After ages, the letter of the evil scientist was picked up by fishermen. Close black lens bracket. After reporting to the kingdom, it instantly attracted the attention of all kingdoms in the world. Close black lens bracket. But as more and more kingdom troops landed on the island and lost their tracks, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. That island has also been classified as a forbidden area. Close black lens bracket. Although it is listed as a forbidden area by various countries. Open black lens bracket. But it still drives countless scientists to explore the secrets of that island. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Until one night, Crayon Shinchan, who was out for a walk with the dog, ran into an agent by accident. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And this agent was the assistant of that evil scientist. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After communicating with the agent, Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket crayon Shinchan inexplicably became the key to leave that island. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and under the flicker of the agents, embarked on the road to save the evil doctor. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket after 3 months of hard training. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket crayon Shinchan successfully graduated from the hands of an agent and became an agent. Close black lens bracket. After becoming agents, the two embarked on a journey to save the evil scientist. Open black lens bracket after a series of crises. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket crayon Shinchan and his agents successfully entered the island that was listed as a forbidden area. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and successfully found the evil scientist. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket however, because the timing of using the key is wrong. Close black lens bracket. Causes the entire space to become more chaotic. Real people and fake people are in this chaotic time and space. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket all memories have been erased. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket various phenomena occur frequently. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket this also leads to people gaining different abilities. Close black lens bracket. And crayon Shinchan because of its own reasons. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement open black lens bracket not only did I not lose my memory, but I got a very powerful ability. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket mind control. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket after obtaining the power, crayon Shinchan successfully controlled this magical island. Close black lens bracket. Although crayon Shinchan has successfully become the master of this island. Open black lens bracket but it also made him unable to leave this area anymore. Close black lens bracket. But this is for crayon Shinchan. Open black lens bracket but it's not a painful thing. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because there are countless beauties here. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket there are countless delicacies. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket most importantly, there are no green peppers here. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket this is heaven for crayon Shinchan. Close black lens bracket, however, just when crayon Shinchan was silent in heaven and couldn't extricate himself. Open black lens bracket the sky suddenly tore a crack. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket then a beautiful woman in a white wedding dress fell down. Close black lens bracket. For beautiful women, crayon Shinchan is irresistible. Open black lens bracket however, before crayon Shinchan speaks, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket the woman claimed to be the future bride of crayon Shinchan. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and let crayon Shinchan follow her to leave this place. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket facing the unreasonable request of the woman in the wedding dress, crayon Shinchan is naturally unwilling to agree. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket but the woman in the wedding dress doesn't give crayon Shinchan any chance to refute. Close black lens bracket. Forcibly pulling crayon Shinchan to travel to the future 200 years later. It is also because of the unreasonable behavior of the woman in the wedding dress that the whole space fell into chaos again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and this time, without crayon Shinchan's suppression, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket makes the whole space self-aware. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket and continue to absorb energy from the false world, intending to remodify the rules. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and crayon Shinchan, who travels to the future, is also due to the chaos of time and space. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the body is forever fixed to the appearance of a 5-year-old. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket even from the future world back to the past. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket it still can't change anything. Close black lens bracket. And crayon Shinchan and the wedding dress travel through the future 200 years later, and they also recognize many things. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket also experienced a lot. Close black lens bracket. After returning to the past, crayon Shinchan immediately entered into a years-long war with the will of this space. Open black lens bracket although after hundreds of years of battle, crayon Shinchan successfully defeated the will of the world. Close black lens bracket. But it also caused the entire space to completely lose control. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket facing the out-of-control space, crayon Shinchan tried his best to stop it, although it finally calmed down completely. Close black lens bracket. But it also caused the entire continent to fall into a dead silence. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket ever since, the strange news about crayon Shinchan has been spread around the world. Close black lens bracket. Analyzing the material world. Logical conformity, harmonious conformity. Material world fusion in progress. The fusion is complete, and it is detected that the host still has 6 material worlds to use. After creating crayon Shinchan, Al directly ignores the system prompts. Immediately opened the contact panel after a brief contact with crayon Shinchan. Al subconsciously opened up the acquisition of mysterious points. The mysterious legend of the cat and mouse world has been recognized by the people in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Beechburg has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 will be obtained. The mysterious legend of Goshong Ridge has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Qingqing Grassland has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. The mysterious legend of Doraemon has been recognized by the people of this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. The mysterious legend of Tumbling Garden has been recognized by the people of this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Create a character, Qingqing Grassland. The lazy king has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and he has obtained mysterious points +1. Advertisement, creating the character, Doraemon Fat Tiger, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Mechanical Cat, Doraemon, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Cat and Mouse World, Tom, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Tipping Garden, Grandpa Neo, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious points +1 have been obtained. Close black lens bracket. Creating the character, Tipping Garden, Hu Tutu, has been recognized by the crowd in this world, and the mysterious point +1 has been obtained. Close black lens bracket. I roughly glanced at the tips for obtaining mysterious points. Al then opened the system store again. Open black lens bracket. Current mysterious points 7,542,165. Close black lens bracket. After seeing that there are more than 7.5 million mysterious points now, Al bought 3 world materials without hesitation. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the world material X3. Close black lens bracket. As the mystery points are emptied again, there was not the slightest wave of emotion on Al's face. After all, now Al is like millions of flowers at every turn. Are used to it, and now the acquisition of mysterious points is very stable. Even if it is directly emptied to 0, it's just something that can be earned back in just a moment. Compared with the mysterious integral, Al pays more attention to the newly obtained 3 world materials. If it is not easy to modify, then you can only convert it into a character material. Plus Al has created 7 worlds now, just short of the last 3. You can unlock new features. Think of this, Al took a peek at the newly obtained 3 world materials with a nervous mood. When seeing these 3 world materials for the first time, Al couldn't help but exclaimed, 1.8, Male God Bond. It's impossible for the entire Tekken Tiger to feel sorry for the material of this world. Think of this, Al opened the creation page without hesitation. Open black lens bracket. New world modification in progress. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. While Al created the new world, on the Qingqing Grassland battlefield, Red Hair Pirates plus Whitebeard Pirates fight Lazy Goat. Then it entered the White Hot stage, facing the fierce attack from Hongfa and others. Lazy Sheep have no fear at all, on the contrary, it is very easy and simple to deal with. Although the strength of Lazy Sheep is infinitely close to that of a wolf. But the wolves fight dead bodies without pain and fear. Red Hair, that guy is not easy to deal with. Marco, who was hit by the Lazy Sheep, came to the side of the Red Hair. The tone is very serious after listening to what Marco said. Yasop standing beside him snorted coldly, better than those monsters. Which one is easy to deal with? If you have time to spare, I advise you to go to Whitebeard's injury. Chapter 128 Crayon Shin-chan. Elephant Elephant, why is your nose so long? Chapter 128 Crayon Shin-chan. Elephant Elephant, why is your nose so long? The monsters of Beechburg, which one is easy to deal with? If you have this spare time, I advise you to quickly treat Whitebeard's injury. With Yasop's voice falling, Marco felt as if he had been stabbed in pain. His face suddenly sank, from the time when the Redhead decided to fight Lan Yangyang to the present. Always the Red Hair Pirates at the front, and the Whitebeard Pirates. Except that George is more resistant to beatings. Other people, even Marco, who has the bird fruit and phoenix form. There is no way to gain a foothold on this battlefield. Although the bird fruit and phoenix form has super recovery power. But how can Lazy Sheep let Marco recover safely? Basically, as long as Marco dares to set foot on the battlefield, Lazy Sheep will hunt him down crazily without hesitation. This also caused Marco to hover and watch from a distance. As for saving Whitebeard, that would be even more idiotic dreaming. To know, Lazy Sheep are the most afraid of trouble. How could it be possible for Marco to save Whitebeard and others? Save him and continue to disturb his sleep? This is obviously impossible. As long as the distance between Marco and Whitebeard et al. Is less than 50 meters. Lazy Sheep will rush to kill without hesitation, can't help but say. It's a beating to catch Marco, until the support of Hongfa and others arrived. Lazy Sheep will be forced to let Marco go, but every time Marco escapes. They are all on the verge of death. Even using the fruit ability will take a lot of time to recover. During the time when Marco was excited, all Red Hair Pirates and the recovered Whitebeard captains will buy Marco time to take Whitebeard. Only, after Marco experienced many times of beatings, still can't escape the fist of Lan Yangyang, every time it is about to approach Whitebeard et al. He was stopped by Lan Yangyang's lightning speed. This also caused the painting style of the Qingqing grassland battlefield to gradually become outrageous. Rescue, beating, soliloquy, rescue, beating this entire process. It can be said that Marco was a little bit mentally broken. Therefore, after hearing Usopp's words, Marco's mood swings are so obvious. It seems to have noticed the change in Marco's facial expression. The redhead lowered his voice and said, "Try again. If you still can't escape, then I'll save Whitebeard and Golden Lion and the like." As the red-haired voice fell, Marco's gloomy face gradually improved a little. But that's just a little bit. After all, no one knows more about the weight of Lan Yangyang's fist than Marco. Seems like Marco didn't reply. The red hair is also the default for Marco. Immediately grabbed Marco's hand, throw it in the direction of Whitebeard. Lazy sheep see this, can't help showing an impatient expression. As if to say, is this guy a lunatic? This perseverance is about to catch up with that wolf. It seems to have noticed the change in Lan Yangyang's facial expression. The redhead shook with one arm. Next second, the tower-like body spanned a distance of nearly 100 meters. Follow behind Lazy Yang like lightning. The unsurpassed big sharp knife cold light thrown in the hand splits the air even more. Gone before the eyes of the whole world, it hurts the eyes just to look. There is no doubt about the power of this supreme sword thrown by the red hair. If it falls on the lazy sheep, it will inevitably run through the whole body together with flesh and blood. The howling wind howls. There was a series of violent explosions in the air. Lan Yangyang, who was galloping at high speed, was in no hurry to dodge at all. Or, advertisement he never thought of dodging, when time is running out. The lazy sheep turned around brazenly, the veins on the forehead popped up. With a shock of one arm, it was thrown backward like a whip without even looking at it. Go away. Fist and sword to cross baptism, violent winds blow in all directions. Clang, there was a deafening sound of gold and iron clashing between fists and swords. Echoes throughout the island, under the tyrannical strength of the lazy sheep. The supreme sharp knife in front of me seems unable to withstand such brute force. Flying hundreds of meters away with a punch from Lan Yangyang. Before everyone reacts, the figure of Lazy Goat disappeared like a ghost. It turned into a white lightning and rushed straight to Marco. See this situation, Marco's eyes suddenly change. However, the moment he raised his right arm to fight back. Crackling, in a series of crackling sounds. Marco groaned, blood spilled wildly, flying 100 meters away by a punch from Lazy Goat. Ended up with a clearly visible depression in the ground. After blowing Marco away with one punch, the lazy sheep did not stop for a moment. Turned into a streamer again and went straight to the red hair and the others to kill. However, just as the lazy sheep's fist blows past, about to fall on the red-haired face, George, who was lurking in the crowd, made a decisive shot. Boom, the whistling iron fist hit Lazy Sheep on the back. It's like a bomb exploded in the air. The fierce wind suddenly howled and blew. Click, 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 the wind blows all around. The ground under Lazy Sheep's feet is covered with cracks like a spider web. In George Savage, under brutal brute force, it's like a heavy hammer of a pile driver sags downward and collapses section by section. In the next second, George, who is madly hammering Lazy Sheep, suddenly stopped what I was doing. Can't help showing a touch of disbelief and horror in his eyes. You know, this is a blow with all his strength, even someone as strong as the redhead. Unprepared to take this blow, although not dead. But at least you have to be seriously injured, however. Looking ahead with just one finger, then he gave the Lazy Sheep who blocked his attack. A strong sense of crisis suddenly rushed to my head like a tide. Little guy, you've hammered enough, it's time for me to come. With the voice falling, Lazy Sheep didn't give George any time to react. Take a step. The ground instantly crackled, the majestic body like an iron tower slammed into the air. The iron fist as big as a clay pot brought a fierce and whistling airflow. Hit George in the head. In an instant, the air surges like a tide. As if stirred by the fierce punch of Lan Yangyang. Instantly, the suffocating fist wind is coming. It seems that the air wave rolled up by the fist wind scratched the cheek. While the pain hit, George woke up instantly, quickly used the fruit ability. Turned the whole body into an indestructible brick. And raised a fist the size of a casserole, blow up head on. Clang, 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 sparks splatter, loud noise. Two tall figures like fierce beasts collided fiercely with each other. The dull sound of metal collisions reverberated throughout the island like a magic sound. People all over the world are getting involved in this brutal fight. Looking at the scene in front of me, advertisement. After the redhead thanked her, quickly gallop in the direction of Whitebeard et al. See, the Lazy Sheep snorted coldly. Suddenly, an even more terrifying aura erupted. Suddenly there was a gust of wind. Lazy Sheep clenched his fists and blasted George out. Immediately afterwards, the burly figure of a Tyrannosaurus instantly disappeared in place. Carrying an aura of destroying the world and rushing towards the red hair. Next moment, it seems to have noticed something. The pupils of the red-haired man who was moving at high speed narrowed sharply. A strong sense of crisis affected every nerve in his body. In desperation, the redhead fixed his eyes on Usopp and others. Shouted, "Little ones, stop him, see this situation." Beckman, Usopp and others dare not hold back the slightest. Using their best strength, facing the Lazy Sheep and rushing to kill them. Clang, the dull sound of metal collisions resounded like muffled thunder. At the moment when Lazy Yang Yang flashed past the red-haired head, the veins in Beckman's arms burst out suddenly. In the blink of an eye, it appeared on the track of Lan Yang Yang. Then raised the gun in his hand, with a very strong attitude, he said. Do not move, otherwise, however, before Beckman finished speaking. Lazy Sheep shook her arms, suddenly protruding and knotted powerful muscles 503. At the same time, he stared coldly at Beckman's black muzzle. Clang, 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 sparkling, howling wind. The body collided with the bullet and made a deafening sound of gold and iron colliding and intersecting. Under the watchful eye, everyone present could clearly see those bullets accurately hit Lazy Yang Yang's eyebrows, and under high-speed impact. All the bullets seemed to hit the steel plate, squeezed and deformed. With the crisp sound of bullets landing, Beckman's heart couldn't help shaking. That is when Lazy Sheep's eyes turned cold. Catch this gap in Beckman's lost mind immediately. In the air explosion, lightning strikes, boom, boom. Boom. Lazy Sheep's fists full of tyranny, locked straight on Beckman's forehead. In an instant, the air surged violently. 3 sonic booms sounded like muffled thunder. You can see the horror of this blow. Beckman pupil constriction. The whole body is full of chills. A great sense of crisis quickly grew from the bottom of my heart. Next moment, under the bombardment of Lan Yang Yang's 3 punches, Beckman's whole body trembled violently, like being hit by a suspended train with a speed of 600 kilometers per hour. Terrible impact through the body. The bombardment left a huge depression in the ground. Boom. Beckman pupil dilation, can't feel any pain. Even the speed of Lazy Sheep and Sheep can't be caught. He was sent flying by 3 swift fists. See this situation. Yasop frowned. Now this situation, obviously it cannot be compared with the more peaceful situation before. Without the red hair in the front bearing most of the pressure, even if these cadres who are infinitely close to the red-haired strength unite together, can't stop the pace of Lazy Sheep. While hearing the 3 roars, the Redhead has also arrived at Whitebeard's side. Just as he was about to evacuate with Whitebeard in his arms, but I heard a very magical song sounding in my ear. Elephant tilde, why your nose is so long tilde.